devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand. Call
This shit's gonna blow up.
No, it won't blow.
All right, for sure.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for. Let me just adjust this. I feel like I'm like that. Oh, that's better. That's better. How's that for you? Thank you so much for dedicating your evening to DLD After Dark. The following reasons are why you should spend all 3 hours of the show. Here, I'm just kidding. Let me stop playing around for a second, guys. Thank you. I just bit my tongue. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Let's go ahead and get started. We already got 37 people in here. We literally just push the play button, and hell yeah. So first off, I want to say for people that are watching this the second day and the next day and the next day, shout out to you guys, Replay Mafia. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you put a comment in chat, or in the comments actually, Replay Mafia, and I'll show you guys some love, and I'll click the heart button. You got to click the heart button. Why don't all content creators click the heart button? Like, bro, come on, show some love. All right. Anyway, and if you're here for the first time ever, what we do is we usually take the next 10 minutes or so to greet all of our channel members, because with everything happening the way that things have been happening on particular platforms, the supporters are the only way that the lights stay on. So actually, I think this one was kind of shortened out a little bit ago. Oh yeah, there we. Oh, and we got a new channel member. My lights just turned back on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get started. If you were here for the first time and had never spent an evening with us, and I would encourage you to throw a little something in chat. Be like, hello, my name is, whatever. And then we'll actually click it and be like, oh, look at this. Deplorable Bitter Clinger, who is a channel member, says, hey, everybody, thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. Deplorable Bitter Clinger. You see how that goes? That's kind of what we're going to do for the next 10 minutes. If you're watching this the next day or the next day, then you can either chill and hang out and watch the live chat because they're way more hilarious than I am. Or you could just skip forward if you want to and just don't complain about it in the comments because that's weird. You can literally click one button and come on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We have an exciting show. I got a bunch of stuff stacked up here in the background, you know what I'm saying? And this stuff, we're going to be touching on some of this stuff. We also have some other stuff. Bam! Look at that. Rock solid mount. I know. Lots of cool stuff. And guys, we're only a few days away from the contest too, man. I'm so excited. Can't believe it. Can't believe we're already here. Puppy's sleeping over there. He is oh, I left my clothes in the washing machine. Hopefully they don't get moldy. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get started. I appreciate all y'all coming in. So first in chat tonight, was dang old Matt, my guy. Shout out to you, man. First in chat, we'll do a high five or a fist bump. You tell me, what do you want? But okay, all right, high five. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. Shout out to dang old Matt, man. He's been a viewer for a long time. Let's go through and say what's up to all the channel members because y'all are like for real, like for real, like for real. You're the no, but seriously, you're the only reason that like you're the only revenue at all that comes from YouTube is from channel members. So I want y'all to know that when we talk about videos being monetized and all that, it's only like to get out to more people, to get more views, so we can tell people, hey, everyone should be building these things behind me, these things. And then hopefully we can get the word out to more people and preach the good word. We also talk a lot about a lot of good stuff for men that are around our age, even younger, for them to be tough mofos, right? To be warriors of God, to be good people, to have integrity, to be loyal. Anyway, sorry, let me stop. I'm going off on a tangent. Let's go through and say what's up to all the channel members. We got Toy Town Inc. in the building. What's up, Toy Town? Great to see you, my guy. Channel member. We got Blue Curtain Burner, also a channel member. Great to see you, my guy. Johnny Propane in the building as well, also a channel member. Love it. We got Eric Stockbridge, also a channel member. Appreciate you, man. We got Zanty Misfit. What's up, Zanty? Great to see you, also a channel member. Goonbeam in the building, and Goonbeam, bro. If every time I go outside, all right, if you are looking to harness the power of the sun and with the clarity of a lightsaber cut through the night, then do so with the one and only Oh, this is a streamlight. Sorry, I'm just playing. Do so with the one and only boom, 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 Goonbeam, baby. It's actually pretty insane. I've only charged this once recently and actually died on a video that I sent to Goonbeam, funny enough, uh, in the last like 3 months or so. I don't know. Goonbeam, when did you send that to me? It's been a minute and I've been carrying it every motherfucking day. All right. Because that's what it's called. It's called everyday carry. So you carry every day. Goonbeam, salute to you, Chenamemba, and also a like staple in the 2A builder businesses out here. We need him. We need him. And I think it's just incredible that we keep seeing dudes throwing goon beams on like Knight's Armament rifles, on Geisley Super Duties, on like super like really high mid tier and high tier stuff that I love it, man. So shout out to all y'all. This gentleman says, woke up quick at about noon. Just thought that I had to be in Compton soon. And then this fine gentleman chimes in and says, I got to get drunk before the day begins, before my mother starts bitching about my friends. About to, just kidding. Sport Brand, my guy, Mod, and channel member. Appreciate you. Zanty, we got Flying Rich. Zanty, we said what's up, but we can say what's up again. Zanty Misfit, what's poppin', brother? Also a channel member. Flying Rich, Mod, and channel member. Sport Brand is also a mod and a channel member. Appreciate you. Mike McClune, the Goon. What's up, brother? Also a channel member. Appreciate you. Let's see, Flying Rich, Eric Stockbridge. I'm just cutting through here. Joe Morris, my guy, great to see you. Also a channel member, appreciate you, my guy. Let's see, Joe Morris, Mike McClune, the Goon, Sport Brand, Joe Morris. Let me see. Hey, Silverback brother, great to see you. Oh, and by the way, for Tech and some of the other guys out there, the new term is bowling ball Americans for us. Hockey Americans is good, but I think bowling ball Americans is where it's at. I just think that's more appropriate. Shout out to you. Oliver Drabington is in chat. Oh my goodness. Have y'all seen him? What? Y'all will see him. Silverback, deplorable, bitter, clinger, my guy. Second time, but hey, second time's the charm. Anyway, great to see you. Get my hair out my face and get your baby out the street. Let's see, Mike McClune, Johnny Ba, great to see you, Johnny Ba. Let's see, Eric. We said what's up to Eric. Let's see who else. Sport Brand, Johnny Ba, Johnny Ba, Mike McClune, the Goon, coming soon. Toy Town Inc., my guy, great to see you. I know we said what's up to you earlier, but I personally, I like saying hello twice. Sometimes it confuses people, especially like at parties and events and things like that. But you should try it. It's entertaining. Okay, Sport Brand, Toy Town Inc., Johnny Propane. What's up, brother? Great to see you. Looking forward to a fun stream to get me out of a bad funk. Car emergency popped up and had to sell my plates and helmet to recover the cost. Oh, oh. Okay, first off, this is a difficult thing. All right. I've been there a lot. Honestly, between us here, we're all friends. There's only 44 people in here. And Oliver Drabington backstage, which I should really bring him on here in a moment. But let's be real. Statistically speaking, there should only be 4.4 feds in here anyway. So let's keep it real. I'm in the same place right now. I'm having a tough time. Business is starting to get better, and but sometimes we have these instances where shit just pops up. We have a difficult time, and I would encourage you, Johnny Propane. I'm sorry that you're going through that, and you know, I would encourage you to look at it from another perspective. And I've had a tough time with this as well. But as you're reflecting on this, I would encourage you to think about this from the perspective of this. You could do one of two things. You could say, man, I'm pissed. It sucks that I had to do this. Or you could express gratitude for being put in a position to have the plates and helmet to be able to sell them, to get the money to fix your car. Gratitude is the highest level of energy. Stay good, stay positive, stay happy, even though it sucks, man. I honestly, dude, I would love to see if I could help in a way. I got a few plate carriers, and I don't know, it would probably cost more than the cost of the plates to ship them, but I don't know, man. I've been there, and I'm not too far. It's a little ways down the road back that way, but we're all struggling, man. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people in chat right now that are struggling. But I wanted to stop on this because I saw it, and I care about you, brother. And I hope you're good. And even though it's sometimes maybe difficult, do your best to come from a place of gratitude with stuff like that. So shout out to you, and shout out to you for being vulnerable and just actually being honest, man, because a lot of us are going through some real struggles, so we love you, bro. And everyone in chat, show Johnny Propane some love. Tell him how much you want to gargle and slob on it, give him high fives and stuff like that. Let's see, Johnny Barr, Sport Brand, Aggie, my guy, Agarizer, great to see you, brother, great to see you. Let's see who else is up in here. Mike McClune, the Goon, Flying Rich. Let's see, Agarizer. Let's see. Let me just see if I can catch up here. One sec. Are you ready? Y'all remember that joint? That's rocked, bro. Rocked. I'll probably get a copyright strike for that. I'm just saying. Lightning McQueen, brother, great to see you. Appreciate you coming and hanging out as well. TMC, my guy, great to see you. Too many choices in the building. talking about 9mm and how much he loves the NFA. I love it. Just kidding. No one likes the NFA. Shauna Memba, what's up? And don't, Shauna, I won't forget to show you the puppy tonight. I do have the puppy. He's sleeping over there, but I have some excellent pictures. Let me just say, Fire Rodder, brother, great to see you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out as well. Lightning McQueen, Agorizer, hey, Evan Budzinski, what's up, brother? Also with Memba. Let's see, Zanti, TMC, Fire Rodder. Let me see, I'm just catching up here. Silva bag on that ad. Let's see, Aggie, Evan Bazinski. Hey, Duck, Glowy, my guy. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Was that you that sent me an email a while back? Bro, my emails and DMs are insane, and it's not because I'm cool or important. It's just because I don't understand email spam and filters and stuff. Because I just, I have everything. It's crazy. Anyway, if I miss you, hit me back. Shoot me another email. I'll get back to you. Shana member. Shana is also a mod and a channel member. And shout out to you and Jason. Hope you and your husband are well. Senor Bob, que pedo, mi amigo. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us as well. And Lightning McQueen, Fire Rodder, Johnny Ba. Let's see, Agorizer, TMC, Fire Rodder. Hold on, I definitely missed 10 chats. What? Hold on. It says I missed 10. Hold on. Let me go through. My bad. Sandman, what's up, brother? Sandman, great to see you. Lightning McQueen, TMC. How did I miss 10? I don't see him. Here. Sport Brand, Evan Budzinski, Lightning McQueen, free CRS. Yes, my guy. We miss him. We love him. Let's see. Jenny Bob, Senor Bob, JC Neener, way cleaner. What's up, brother? Lightning McQueen, TMC, Shana member, Flying Rich. Is that your alt account, Flying Rich? So new people sound like Stephen Hawking. Yes. I guess they do. Okay, here's one. All right, Lady McQueen, Flying Rich with the $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. To keep the lights on, literally. Okay, you know too much, Rich. All right, get out my business. But for real though, goon beams are important when your lights get shut off. I swear, I thought it was on auto pay, and I had paper statements turned off, bro. Okay, I had no idea. It was bad. TMC JC9, Bob Masova. What's up, brother? Great to see you also with Chanamemba. Dark got that dog with him. Yeah, I keep that dog on me. That dog on me. Bob Masova, Sport Brand. Hey, Eric Stockbridge, bro. Thank you for the super chat, my guy. Fix your light. It is literally. Can y'all see that? It's like kind of flickering a little bit. Man, it's like a $15 light from Target. So sorry, I suck at that. I I mean, I don't always buy the best stuff, but when I do, it's a Geisley Super Duty because that is the best pound for pound AR-15 that you can get like on the market. That is the best production complete rifle that you can get for the cost. Back when they were like $1,200, now you're going to be paying $1,400 and some for the upper alone. But that's what you pay for quality, bro. Eric Stockbridge, I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much for contributing, and you're awesome. Flying Rich, happy room temperature OBL day. OBL day. OBL day. OBL. Isn't that out of battery live? What? Who's OBL? I don't know. Let me know who OBL is because I don't know who you're talking about. Don't kill out of battery live. Those are good guys. All right. We like them. All right. Especially Cape. Cape is a good dude, man. He's a good dude. Evan Bedzinski, Lightning McQueen. Hey, Rusty Crusty Trombone, my guy. Great to see you. Miss you, my guy. Dang. Yo. Okay. You know what we need to do? Okay, Rusty Shackelford, member for 21 months, bro. That's insane, man. I appreciate you so much, my guy. Thank you. And it's good to see you in chat. Felt like I've missed you the past few. So I was looking for you. Like literally with binoculars in chat like that. But glad that you're here. Appreciate you. Sport Brand, JC Neener, Johnny Barr, Mike McClune. Hey, whoa, Mike McClune, member for 25 months, bro. That's insane. You guys are just too much, man. I love all y'all. Dang, and another one. Flying Rich, member for 21 months. Yo, that is incredible. Goon Beam, giveaway coming. And like Flying Rich, he uses his member chat to shout out his next giveaway. I'm just kidding. You know I love you, Rich. Yeah, and guys, I don't know if you already announced a winner for your giveaway, Flying Rich, but he's doing giveaways. He's going to be doing them pretty consistently. It would be even pretty dope to do like a Gideon Optics giveaway or something like that too. You know what I'm saying? Evan Budzinski. Let's see, Senor Bo. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Mike McLuhan, the Goon, Sport Brand, Agorizer. 17 months. I like to be called an 80% American. Bro, man, I wish we could just straight up crank out 0% joints all day. But if things do get bad, and if the Supreme Court comes back and says 80%ers are, terrible and they're illegal and wrong, I will start a fucking lemonade stand of P80s and I will buzz them out and sell them for $1 or maybe like 25 cents just to make a statement. But or just give them away. I'll give them away. Steve Whoop, Jenny Propane, Agorizer, Bob Masovo, TMC, bro, member for 14 months. I love it. The NFA is unconstitutional as applied to individuals. Machine guns for all. And 9mm is the best millimeter, aside from 10mm. TMC, I appreciate you so much, man, for real. Mr. Fromage, what up? My guy. Dripping in to say gutted cheese stays dripping, dipping in to say what's up. I got a split shortly. Appreciate you, yo. You're my guy. Sell a kidney first, bro. I feel you. All right, we got to get our guests in here. TMC, Lightning McQueen. Hey, look at you. Welcome back, yo. Barton Fink, yo, is back in the building. Barton Fink is now back with the Chana members. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Agorizer, Johnny Propane, Bob Masova, Rusty Shackelford, Mr. Fromage, and shout out to Mr. Fromage and all the dope shit he was doing at Maker's Match. I love it. Duck Glowy. Yes, you already know it. Fuck freak on a leash. Man, I'm working on my cursing. All right. If I miss anyone else, I apologize. Oh, here we go. Man, I am super far behind in chat. Clover Tech, brother, what's up, man? I didn't want nothing. Just holla, fool. Great to see you, man. I appreciate the super chat as well. And guys, Clover Tech has a channel and he'd be making videos and stuff. So check it out, especially if you're interested in feasting your eyes upon a 2311 and some other cool stuff that I've seen him do. So thank you, Clover Tech. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone else in here as well. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone else. Fluffy Bunny, my guy, great to see you. Appreciate you. Also, Chinamemba, Johnny Bar, Drew, what it do? Brother, great to see you. Chinamemba. And we're gonna have to start doing this where like channel members it'll be like a roll of credits as we start the stream, because good gravy, Miss Maybe, this is a lot. Sandwich Chef, the chef of sandwiches, man, yeah, we've grown so big now that like I don't think I can actually personally do this on my own. We'll need like 3 of me yelling all y'all's names while we get started. Z, what's up, brother? Z, also a channel member. Appreciate you. Sandwich Chef, hey, Taco Syndicate, what's up, bro? Another channel member. Good gracious, there's so many. Let's see, Johnny Bob, Mike McLuhan again, Sandwich Chef, Taco Sandwiches, Z, what? Still in little boy pants, 14 months is a lot. You can have a baby in that amount of time. All right. And we all know Drew has his lifetime membership card. Barton Fink, Z, Johnny Ba, Drew, what it do? Sport Brain, Taco Syndicate, Agorizer, Sandwich Chef, Johnny Ba. Hey, Nick, what's up, brother? Usually we do the honorable mentions and we go through and we greet everyone else too that's not a channel member. However, we've already been keeping our guests of honor behind closed doors for like literally an additional 14 minutes. So I want to go ahead and bring them on. Mark Tucker, Mobka, bro, great to see you. Also, channel member. Okay, that was my last one. Hey, okay, hold up. Shogun, my guy, great to see you. If y'all don't know, go check out Shogun Customs. If you don't know, if you have not seen what he's doing, it's crazy. The slides, the barrels, the frames, the what? Yo, my man is cranking over there. Okay, for real. Appreciate it. Anyway, okay, let's do this. A lot of you guys may see this individual and think that you know him as Bob. You may know him as Putang. You may know him as Oliver Drabbington, but I am sure that you have never met him under his true government name, which is Princess Sparkle. What was it again?
Princess Sparkle Pony. Hi, guys. You know what you could do, and it would take twice as long. We could start on time, and then you could bring the guest in, and then you could let me do things like, "Oh yeah, Gutter Cheese, I seen you out there, man. Shout out again, the People's Champ. Congratulations on the
Damn.
hardware. It's good to see it." And I could say things like, "Rusty Shackelford, I just realized I'm mad at you because I had so much fun at the Gunmakers match. It didn't occur to me till I just saw your name." And I know you've been hiding. That's probably why you ain't been in my DMs, dog. You're probably like, I didn't know Bob's gonna cry if he's gonna be mad. He knows I'm gonna be mad. I'm mad now. So like, Rusty wasn't there.
Is that
and
yeah.
Back to the comment you were talking about selling things to fix a car, man. As somebody in the last, I mean, long enough ago that it's fresh in my mind. That got pretty far down and had to start dumping stuff. Maybe we talk a little bit about whatever we were thinking about talking about. Maybe we get into that.
You know,
what do you sell first? Because I didn't have a plan when that happened to me, but I had to start. You know what I mean? The mortgage is due. The gas has got groceries still got to get bought. Man, I wasn't going to let my kids want for nothing. So, what do you do? Right? Maybe we define. You have these things. What's the first things to go, or what do you have to? Right. We talk about what about precious metals, about stacking brass and whatever else, right? Brass and steel and plastics for when the pocket clips comes. But that could come for you or I. It could come for any of us. Any day, our own personal, right? Our life could fall apart and we could find ourselves in that position where we might have to turn to those resources that we've been stockpiling.
Did you just say pocket clips?
I don't think, did I? Pocket clips, yeah. The pocket clips.
That is like an excellent like code word for apocalypse. If you just say pocket clips, you know what I'm saying?
Like say that, but that's pretty good. Pocket clips, yeah. In case the pocket clips come, you want to be ready.
No, but hey, I love what you're saying, and it's such a good point because look, the reality is that like from the prepper's perspective, the preparation and preparedness and all this stuff that like when these topics come up, we almost always are talking about it from a perspective of when the lights go out and when the Wi-Fi stops and when the gay frogs are marching down the street with ARs, and you know we very rarely give people things to use when civility is still intact. Murphy's Law, brother, appreciate you. I saw a comment from you before that you said something like you were going through it, man. So I hope you're doing.
Murph been going through it for a couple years now, man.
Yeah,
our thoughts are with you, dude. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, man.
Take care of yourself. Hold your head up. He's gonna be all right, but yeah, he's had a run of it.
Yeah, I know he's opened up about some things that have happened in his life, and ooh, bro, I couldn't imagine. And I think about you. I'd be thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? But love you, bud. Everyone in chat, give him some love too. So I appreciate you, Murphy's Law. So a couple things before we dump too far into it, before we insert ourselves too deeply into this hot topic.
I want to get in too deep in that hole before we shout out. You can go to Gideon Optics, that's all one word, or JSD Supply, also one word, and you know what the rest of it is.
.com.
Yeah, or you know what? Follow Gideon Optics on Twitter. It's all one word. It's probably going to be hard to find because I think they're still hiding us because we're too new of an account. But I have commandeered for the most part the Gideon Optics Twitter, mostly to follow guys like Gutter Cheese, Neutron Nick, Rusty Shackelford to stock my favorite printers. But I'll be doing some stuff over there, dude.
Dude, can I just say Neutron Nick? Neutron Nick. Neutron Nick 43X. Yo, Neutron Nick is a genius. Mr. Fromage. So fromage in French is cheese. And Gutter Cheese. He came in one day and introduced himself as Gutter Cheese in French. I have no idea why, but it just stuck. So we call him Mr. Fromage. If you've ever seen that episode of Dexter's Laboratory where he says omelette du fromage, that's kind of weird. Anyway, so that's Gutter Cheese. So so introduce yourself if you could. Let them know. I know you told them where they can follow you and stuff, but let them know who you are, what you do, and all that.
Before we do that, take this opportunity to tickle the post. What that means is make sure you've hit the thumbs up, whether you watch on the replay or watching live. We love you in both places. And make sure you comment again, then start talking about what you wanted to, and then lodge your complaint, whether you don't like how shiny my head is because I didn't have time to wash it up to get the day shine off of in between shows. So yeah, show
That's
some love
true.
to the channel, guys and girls. This is the perfect opportunity because I'm going to jabber for another couple seconds. Hit the like button. Comment
Appreciate
again. Comment. I want to see 3 comments in the live chat from everybody right now. I don't know why you're not just typing the word comment or fromage. I don't know how to spell that. I don't speak French. I'm trying to learn Spanish, but I'm only like 10 lessons into my Duolingo. But,
Sí, pero no te preocupes. I can help you.
I'm Bob. I'm trying to I just decided I'm going to rebrand myself as the mechanic. So, because at Gunmakers Match on the Sunday Fun Day, I did get to do some fun things, but I spent a lot of my time fixing things, helping people install things. I said, you know what? It's been a couple years now. We go to all these places, right? We go to all these range days, and I'm always the one with the wrench in my hand. So you know what?
You're the
I'm
mechanic.
gonna live my. Maybe I'll just live my best Jason Statham life. So I might start introducing myself.
That's what I was gonna say. What a great movie! I mean, that is a
I'm
piece
Bob
of
from Gideon Optics. They call me the mechanic. And then 2 years from now, SHOT Show, everybody's just calling me the mechanic. I actually found somewhere to order custom Dickies work shirts, the lighter kind, right? Because we do a lot of things in the summertime when it's hot. They do make like a lighter version with the logo on it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to embrace this new persona I've decided to take on.
I love it.
But yeah, you can go to Gideon Optics. I'm Bob. I'm Bob from Gideon Optics and PR Triggers and JSD Supply and PATMOS Arms. And every now and then you might find me in Oklahoma or Kansas working at a Mac gun show. Or every now and then, once or twice a year out at the Oaks working at an Eagle show. Yeah, but mostly I break things, I fix things.
And he's also Bob the Builder from time to time as well.
Bob the Builder and Pew Tang. I think I just decided I need to figure out how to autograph Pew Tang because I'm going to bring that back too. Like strong.
When I found out that I could just simply write dark in regular, like nothing fancy, no cursive or anything, just dark, but I use a star for the letter A, simplified everything. I think you could do something similar, Pew Tang. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Or if you did like pew and then a T that went all the way over the pew and then wrote a little ang underneath so that the T encapsulates the whole that we could work.
And it'll help me make sure that I'm not taking up too much space, like that I can fit it in the consigned area if I practice the big T, and then I know, you know what I mean? I can what do you call it?
Yeah,
perspective, or I can I can decide the scale of the pew and the end.
Scale.
Doing exactly that. Yeah.
So when you said for people to drop 3 comments, I don't know why I keep biting my tongue. When you said for people to drop 3 comments, I just want to point out G23 said nope. So
how about you drop 4? Put up 4 comments for the Foudy, living that Foudy life. Put up 4.
I think he actually did he.
I stole that from one of my other favorite podcasts, man. There's a recorded show, but like I want to say like 10 or 15 minutes in, they just do that. They do it like as an ad read, like they do some really funny bit, or they're talking about a news article, and then they're just all of a sudden, and they put like weird graphics in the background. And I was like, by the way, this is a good time for you to take the opportunity to tickle this post, help us juice the algorithm. And they have like all these cool things that pop up, like comment again, and then tell us what you came here to talk about.
Dude,
I love it. You know what I mean? That's more marketing than anything, I guess. I don't know how all this works, but their podcast is huge.
Dude, I
can do that.
I'd love to take it. I'd love to steal it. I'm big into R&D, which I call rip off and duplicate.
Martin Fink and Duck Duck Glowy are in it to win it.
Oh yeah.
Duck Duck Glowy went 4, so
look
he's
at that.
making up.
Ron Bayer. It's 10mm life. Look at that. Started cows soon, everyone. It's been a long day. I bet you've been a very busy man. I've been seeing you, Shogun. About 10 hours at the shop today, and it's time to lay the head down. Does that mean go to sleep, or does that mean go see Shout? Good to see everyone. Have a great night. See Dark brother. Thanks so much for coming. And guys, seriously, like I know a lot of times, like I'll pump and dump stuff on you, but I'm serious. Like seeing the artwork that Shogun is doing to Glocks is just so gratifying. One day, and this is no exaggeration, people will be using the word Shogun as like the level of quality in a Glock. You know how people say like, "Oh, that's a Gucci Glock," right? People are going to be like, "Damn, that Glock is like almost Shogun level, bro." Like I'm telling you, he will be I believe he is, but when everyone knows who he is, he will be like the upper echelon of Glock stuff for sure.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for tickling my posts. Um, so yeah, so you do a lot of work with a lot of companies, and all these companies, you have the blessing of being connected to Jordan Vinro, which is he's a great man. He's a great man, and Gideon Optics has like blown up. You guys are actually one of your biggest problems now is keeping ish in stock because you guys are just going crazy, right?
It just happened, man. I mean, yeah, Jordan obviously is the brains, right? And I got a little bit nervous when what we just celebrated, we didn't really celebrate. We're still over to do to have a sale or a code or do something because April 15th was the 1 year since we sold the first dot.
Nice.
We first started out and we're trying all this marketing stuff. We're going on shows, we're buying ads. And he said, no, don't worry about it. It takes 6 to 9 months for something like to get a brand really off the ground and get it recognized. Is how long it takes. And he wasn't wrong, man. This first quarter of this year kind of started at Christmas, but yeah, now we're suddenly, and then I get frustrated, too frustrated, I guess. I'm like, what do you mean we're out of that again? Well, we should have ordered more 2 months ago, but it just happened like that. Like, oh no, we're fine. We got a couple hundred, right? The advocates, we had a pallet's worth, right? By the time I got to the warehouse, it wasn't sitting on the pallet anymore. But we're down to like a box and a half of advocates, and they're only red.
No, people out there that don't know what the advocate is, let them know because this is something that I have literally put. I have a Sig SBR. It's a 10.5 inch. I think it actually is a 10 inch, but whatever. 10-ish inch 5.56 SBR. This gun is a straight tank. I literally took an aim point off of that and put the Gideon Optics advocate on there. You want to tell them, kind of give them an idea what it is?
It is a 1X prism scope. Now, for those of you that don't know what a prism is, right? A lot of people say it's a red dot for people with an astigmatism, or it's better for folks with astigmatism. Not that it's just for you, because I don't think we had, hundreds of people just with astigmatism suddenly in the last month decide to buy a prism scope, but it's 1X. So it's very much the size, weight, right? Looks the same sitting on the gun as a traditional red dot would be. But the reason that in particular folks with astigmatism, and I don't think I have that, but I do see a little bit of a star bursting, right? The reason you may not see a clean reticle or a clean dot coming back at you is because traditional red dots, reflex sights, right? Whether they're an enclosed, like top of a rifle or a pistol dot, it's a reflection, right? There's a beam of light being projected against glass and it's reflecting back in your eye. A prism scope works much more like a traditional magnified scope. Right, it's got an etched reticle, right? So the prism, the glass is actually etched with what you're looking through there, and that collects light. So instead of the reticle you see being light that's basically a flashlight bouncing off a mirror back into your eye, is a tiny flashlight is what that emitter is, right? What a regular red dot uses. It's an etching in the glass that collects the light, so it's not shining it back at you.
Very clean, very crisp.
Super distinct advantage is that it'll work without battery power. So if your batteries are dead or something has failed in the electronics and it's just not turning on, you still have that reticle, right? It's going to be black on whatever you're looking at, but you still have a reticle. But I'll say I don't want to call it a drawback, right? So it does have an eye box, right? So those of you that have used magnified scopes know what an eye box or eye relief is. There's like a certain optimal distance where you get the biggest sight picture with that. However, we have found, and I had only messed with one prism scope before we started making them and selling them, you can fudge that eye box, right? You can put it all the way down. And I don't know if you guys saw Mike's video. He's got that pretty far away from him. It was the first time I ever considered not putting it that 4-ish inches away that the eye relief is supposed to be. You can do that. you just end up with a smaller circle with your reticle in it, but it works just fine. But
Yeah.
a lot of people, that kind of trips them out, right? I've talked to people that have bought the Advocate already, and it was their first prism, and they have no experience with magnified scopes. They've only had red dots and reflex sights.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this I can't. It seems to get really small, or when I move my head, it disappears. I'm like, well, yeah, like a scope, you kind of have to be looking down the middle of it, right? You need to have your eye aligned with it correctly. But once you get used to it, it's pretty incredible. Whoa, Mike McClune, thanks for dropping links in the chat. I don't know if that has your
Look at that. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me.
It doesn't have your code. Don't we have a code?
I will help you guys. I have a and thank you for that, dude. I swear to goodness gracious, the best mods in the world. These and thank you. And where's Kurt? I'm gonna issue a what's it called? A bolo for Kurt 24 because my guy is MIA. And dude, Kurt,
I don't think I saw Kurt earlier either, did we?
yeah, we did not, and I hope all is well. I received a text massage from him. Here's the
coupon code is glowy, so it'll get you 10% off.
Yes. Now,
are you looking for it?
No, I was looking for the link. Now, can they only use the code, or do they have to use the link in the code?
They can use either one, man. Just the code supports the channel and gives them their 10% off.
Beautiful. I did not know that. That's awesome.
That almost makes your mount for the Guardian 1 through 10 LPVO, right? That almost makes it free because that mount that Dark held up earlier, right, which is a 34 millimeter scope mount that you use on anything with a 34 millimeter tube, but pairs obviously nicely with the Gideon Guardian.
Dude, look how freaking clean that thing is, dude.
Is normally 80. If you add it to the cart with your Guardian, it turns down to 50. And then your Dark code, you do the math.
Yeah.
Gets you almost another $50 off, I think. Well, we got new plates too. Dang it. Did that guy just buy one? Go ahead. Sorry. I'm getting
No, you're good. You're good. I'm loving it, dude. I honestly was really surprised when I took out this this mount. So I have another 34 millimeter mount that I ended up not using on my Geisley Super Duty because I accidentally ordered a 34 millimeter mount for a 30 millimeter optic, naturally, right? And I took it out, bro. This really has like a very, don't get mad at me, okay? This has a very like Geisley-esque look to it with like and guys, these little machining points here are not just like fancy weight reduction stuff. Everything that you see in Gideon Optics, all the like triangular like machining and stuff like that is actually purpose built. So if let's say optics or some of your equipment takes a tumble, it's set up to where it doesn't take the impact 100% in like some of the most important parts of the red dot or the optic, to where it would be more likely to preserve it if something happens. So I love how much like forethought you guys put into that.
Yeah, and and we're not the only ones, right? A lot of mounts are designed that way, but that mount is supposed to be very, very durable. But I just smashed them and threw them in the trash. We actually had my boy Delta D80 went ahead and did some 3 foot, 6 foot drops with a 1 to 10 Guardian and our mount. And not that we didn't think it would. Yeah, Delta D80 be beating the hell out of scopes. You're right, Murphy's Law. The mount did what it's supposed to do, right? So it is supposed to be very rugged and durable, but it is supposed to give before the optic does, is the point. If it gets smashed into something, if it gets dropped. The idea is that mount doesn't just hold your scope there very sturdily, right? Is that if it suffers an impact hard enough that it might damage the tube or damage the glass, the mount is supposed to try to take the brunt of the G's of that force. And his absolutely did. And it didn't bend that much. He was actually able to re-zero it. But
nice.
It absolutely did its job. Yes, you're absolutely right. There's some of the little marks are just for fun, but a lot of them are for impact, to keep it from scratching against stuff, or to protect the battery, or to help protect the glass, or in this case, to help protect the scope, to help it survive longer. Now,
are you currently carrying with a dot, or are you running iron sights, or what's your so it's cheating because we talked earlier today on John Crump Live about it, but let the folks out there know what you're carrying.
43 frame Rev 48 slide with a Gideon Judge. And the 48 sides will be back soon. I talked about that earlier too, but you guys know. I'll eventually be back on here when they're finally done. 4 weeks, 8 weeks. I don't know. I'm not a machinist, so I don't get to harass those guys about how fast they do things, I guess. But,
yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's part of your job requirements. You got to have like 1,000 different jobs for 100 different companies, you know?
yeah, except for Gideon Optics is what? So JSD Supply, PATMOS. I kind of am in charge of whatever you want to call it. Procurement or logistics, whatever you want to say, right?
Yeah.
Saying we need the things, ordering the things, trying to keep track of what we have.
Yeah.
Is one of the hats I wear, but not so much for Gideon Optics. That's mostly Jordan and Bailey mostly do that.
So
I
Nick,
kind of just get to complain, which is nice. I just get to go, what do you mean we're out of green rocks? What do you mean we don't have anything blue yet? I don't know if we'll get any blue.
oh, dude,
I don't stop talking about it. I stay talking about it.
I
keep
so
it in the
happy.
circle. I keep it in the conversation.
That would be so dope. Okay, in chat, everyone in chat, tell me, because sometimes red washes out on stuff, sometimes green washes out on stuff. But if you guys could have a blue dot, if it was even an option, now it probably couldn't be a Kim Light blue dot. Okay, I don't know, maybe, but if you guys could have a blue dot, would that be something that you're interested in? I would definitely have it, and I would have to put it on this blue glowy Glock Gen 5 MOS with the blue chem light, with the blue, I got the blue goon beam on it, and I can't touch that, but I can touch that. So yeah, it would be perfect for that. I would take off a Trigicon RMR and put a blue dot on there from Gideon. That would be awesome. Hey, okay, we got some folks out there. Blue.
Oh man, I was gonna say that's like walking to McDonald's and asking everybody if we should have an extra large milkshake on the menu. Like, yeah, of course you asked the glowies. We don't have blue. This is blue. We blue in here.
Blue. You're my boy, Blue. You so right. No, so going back to Neutron Nick's question. Blue, hell yeah. Dang. Oh, I didn't see all that. Blue. So what
is that new? The Neutron Nick? I'm trying to remember what all he won.
It is
the Makers match, man. I gotta go back and look at my pictures and my videos, dude. But I loved watching him run.
He does.
It is a regular. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
It's a regular 43 frame. It may be an SCT SC frame soon. I'm still deciding if I want to go that direction, but yeah, right now it is a plain old. It's an OD 43 frame actually that I bought back when the PF9 SS first came out. I actually bought it and stripped it like before Jordan had Revelation stuff, or before I was really with him. I bought a regular 43, and I did carry that regular 43 for a couple years. Yeah, and then I put all those parts in my first PF9 SS that I bought.
Now, is this an OD green PF9 SS or factory?
Oh, it's an OD factory Glock frame.
Ooh, dude, I love the factory OD frames.
They did a nice job. It's not quite OD. They used to call it OD, but I'm sure it's not OD by current OD. Even when I bought it, I was like, that's not really OD. That's like a yellow. That's like a tingy FDE. But.
Yeah. I have the gun on my battle belt over there, which of course I can't touch. We should do a Rumble show together where we can actually like handle firearms. It's the Lipsy's exclusive OEM Glock Battlefield Green frame, which is gorgeous. And then I also got another Lipsy's exclusive. I was like hunting these frames down. It's an OEM Gen 5 45 frame that I have a stainless. Really, it's just a polished factory slide on it, but it looks like a chrome or stainless color. Dude, that gray and chrome color together is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Do you want to tell everyone?
We should do a Rumble sometime. I would like to. Yeah, I would like to do a show somewhere where we can just finger guns. Like we can just lay a bunch around and pick them up and talk about them. Because now I really want to show you the. Yeah.
That's so funny. Sorry. Yeah. I don't remember. Yeah, so it's a 43. Oh, do you want to tell them about your magazine selection?
My magazine selection. ETS. It's the only thing you can get for a 43, man. Maybe there's something else now, but for a regular 43 frame, if you need to up your capacity, I tried a couple other things. I've got a couple aluminum extensions for factory 43 mags. It just didn't really fit well. It's an ETS 9-round with an X grip. What do you call it? Sleeve. I got a pair of those, smoke colored,
and they work.
I understand. Yeah, they work, man. I rage quit ETS completely. So I had some 40 Glock magazines that worked okay that I used back in the day. When I was big into the 320s, when I was first starting to build those, they were the cheapest, right? Regular 320 mags for like $50. So an ETS came out with theirs, and I tried allegedly like their first 2 iterations, right? So I got a couple of the first gen, absolutely awful. And they're like, no, those were bad. Right after like 6 weeks of complaining about them, they finally were like, no, we fixed some things. Take these new 2. And those were no better. So then I rage quit ETS, except for the 43 mags.
Have you tried the new Magpul 320 magazines?
I have not.
Those things. So I think I actually owe you a SIG 320 magazine because
That doesn't sound valid.
You were so kind when I was putting together the MUP, and I told you, yeah, I got to start picking up. Oh, well, look at that! Look who just went live. Sorry, let me stop.
Who?
No, we shouldn't talk about it. Yeah. Yep. Sorry. So I was when I was doing the SIG 320 stuff with the MUP, I was like, man, I got to get some SIG mags because you guys were kind enough to send the PATMOS stuff. Which, dude, the machining on the 320 and the 365 stuff is like top notch, bro. Top notch. I haven't handled the V2 PATMOS Glock stuff. I'm sure it's great too, but I was just really impressed with that stuff. But you sent me an extra magazine, a SIG 320 magazine in my package.
That sounds like something I would probably do. Yeah, or I would probably do on Jordan's behalf. Yeah, that sounds like me.
And you did something else very special for me.
What?
You gave me, I don't know, you had to like search high and low for it, the factory OEM white grip module for the SIG 320. You remember that?
Yeah. There was only like 2 of them left, I think, and you got one, and I can't remember who else got them. I didn't even keep one for myself. I had one. I had died forever ago, but yeah.
Oh, you dyed it?
Yeah, I have. It's almost June again. It's going to be time to get out my my Pride P320. It's just got a regular slide on it, but you haven't seen my rainbow dyed 320 grip module.
No, I saw the Glock that was red, blue, and purple.
Purple in the middle. Yeah,
dude, that's fire. So that actually inspired me. All the dyeing videos that I posted of dyeing like FDE P80s and gray P80s, all of those were inspired by seeing your videos.
Aw,
I appreciate that.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Thank you. And thank you to C&T Designs and Arms. Appreciate you, brother. Member for 26 months. Do you know how to say 26 in Spanish?
No.
So it's 20 y, which is and 6. So they say it like 20 and 6. So it's 26. So there you go. It's a Spanish lesson. Yeah.
Thanks,
He
man.
says, "Sup, perps, been lurking. Pew. Appreciate you, man. Thank you." And I saw one other one come through. I'm super far behind in chat, guys. Forgive me. Forgive me. And Red Dawn asked earlier, he was asking about what make the optics were. Just so you know, we're talking about Gideon Optics. This massive stack of optics behind me is from Gideon Optics, and the links that we dropped earlier could save you some money if you use code GLOWIES, which is Golf, Lima, Oscar, Whiskey, Indigo, Echo, Sierra. For all those Fed boys in chat, you can save 10% on your order, and I believe even free shipping.
Yeah.
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 I have no idea how this mic sounds. I haven't listened to myself.
Dude, it's great.
I don't know if it gets better when I get up here and do.
I'm kind of jealous. Let me turn my
your shipping's gonna be free when you use that glowy code.
Oh, it's gonna be like so free. Yeah, I need to turn my gain up, like just max it out like the ASMR people. Sorry. CNT Shooting Gallery. What's up, Shooting Gallery? Great to see you. Ram Bayer, what's up, brother? Ram Bayer, also a channel member. Here he is, James Kawasaki. Ying ying ying. Member for 11 months. Do you know how to say 11 in Spanish?
No.
It's once. Heaven and hell are real. You are being tested, bro. Very true.
4, 5, 6.
7, 8, 9, 10. 11. It's once.
11.
Once. Let's see. I think I missed one more. Steve Whoop. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Baptized in Fire. Great to see you. Which Baptized in Fire had a lot going on too. I think we should get to what you brought up too, because this is
Yeah.
we're men. You know, we're men, guys, and we have manly responsibilities. And part of that is learning how to take care of yourself even when we have little shit hit the fan scenarios. Everyone has their own personal SHTF situation happen all the time, right? John Crump Live, what's up, brother? Good to see you. John Crump Live is the GOAT. He's also a channel member. So the person I'm talking about, Baptized in Fire, who's also been a channel member here for a while. Dang, member for 30 months, bro. What? Crumpy. Brother Crump, thank you, man. Sorry for missing the show. I had an emergency. Oh my goodness. I hope everything is okay.
We were fine. Rich did a great job. Dark did a great job.
Rich, you know, Rich did a job. All right.
We love Flying Rich.
Yeah,
We'll
we
talk
do.
about Flying Rich bingo later. Oh
Yeah.
no, the surprise is ruined.
Oh man, the bingo card for I think we should actually print them and like maybe we can have them if they cover shipping, I'll literally ship them out to people from DLD Hardware, and then we can do like a group Flying Rich bingo. Oh, bro.
Just start sending them out for free, dude. I can probably get them printed cheap enough. Or we
I
could just
can
have a
include-
downloadable file other people can print, or you can just start including them in packages with like little, you know what I mean, QR codes. Maybe there's free QR code generators that go to your channel, to everybody's channel, if that makes sense. Like have QR codes on each corner. Come play Flying Rich bingo with us.
I think you nailed it, because it is 2024, so people could just download stuff, you know. So
Right?
Yeah, let's
We should print them and mail them everywhere. That sounds like a lot of money.
That's
for mostly everything.
Every door direct mail. Well, I'll buy the routes. So Baptized in Fire actually had a real SHTF scenario recently. He lost his house and his truck in a fire, and his almost all of his guns were in there. And I mean, it was brutal, man. Speaking of brutal, I need to charge my phone. I'm sorry. That didn't sound good. I'm sorry. I just realized my phone was dying. But yeah, man. Luckily, we were able to come together and help him out a little bit, right? Like, you know, not a huge deal, but we were able to help a little bit. And I think when we have the opportunity to you know, bless each other, you know, we need to, you know, do that. So you never know when each individual here is all going to have our own little SHTF scenario happen. So I love the idea that you brought up earlier to kind of chat about that.
Yeah, is that what we're going to start right now? So
Yeah, let's jump
everybody think about it, man. This is going to be what? It can't just be me and Dark talking, right? Because our answers might be different than yours. But I'd love to see in the chat if you came to that, right? And some of us have got there. I mean, maybe we don't talk about fire, dude. I don't. I mean, I have things that I would do, but let's talk about, you know, you're unemployed tomorrow and the bills are all coming up, right? You have no income whatsoever. You have to start liquidating things of value to keep your head over your house, to keep food on your table, to, you know, to sustain your family, your responsibilities. What's the first thing? What's the first thing you start moving? What is it? And it's going to hurt no matter what. Right? Because I don't know about the rest of y'all, but the only things I really have a value anymore are made of steel and brass and lead and plastic. I don't put my money into anything else. You know, I'm not out buying clothes or I don't know what other kind of people, regular consumers that are good little
Yeah.
consumers of the American economy. I don't know what they buy and put on credit cards, but when I got $1, I'm thinking about investing in something that can sustain me and my family. Should
Yep.
anything happen, but
Yep. Dude,
what goes first? People are already answering. I love it.
yeah, and I look at it the same way. In most cases, if I'm spending money, it's usually on ammunition or things that consume ammunition. There is the aspect of gear as well, right? Like, I think, and you can have a lot of money tied up in gear too. Like, there was this point where I hit, and by the way, real quick, shout out to LARPerators Anonymous guys. We had him on the show a couple times. Really good guy. He makes great content, and actually just connected you guys. Him with Gideon and Goombeam and some others. I would really encourage you guys to go subscribe to his channel. He's awesome, and it's just a blast watching his stuff. So shout out to you, brother. But come on, man! I got a wicked Pokemon set that I can sell. Okay, all right, guys, be kind. So one of the things that I just like it clicked one day, I was like, I have decent stuff for EDC, right? Good gun belt, good holsters, obviously, firearms to carry. But I was like, I really want to get into the gear. Like, I want to get into a gun belt, and I got a couple plate carriers, but I want like a real plate carrier, like shellback and above. I want, nicer plates, level 4 ceramic plates, and started kind of going crazy with the gear thing. And before you know it, man, you got thousands of dollars set up in that. So with guns, gear, ammo, food storage, water storage, all that stuff. If I had to evaluate, like, okay, something's going on, and I don't have income coming in, so I basically have to evaluate what I'm going to sell. I would probably go to what I use the least and what I have the most of, which are like nearly 40 Glock builds that don't get used. And I would probably start, because most of them are on unserialized frames. I'd probably start going to parts, selling the stuff, because I don't want to sell my carry gun. I don't want to sell my pistol belt gun. I don't want to sell my nightstand gun. But I'd say at that point, everything else is on the table. You know, if it's a
Yeah.
tool that I use to protect my family, myself, and my house, that's going to stay here. But the other stuff, I'd probably just say, F it. Even if, for everyone out there, even if you gigolo, even if you had to literally pull the red dot off your gun just to get an extra couple $100 and, use your sights, maybe. I don't know, that's an option too. Whatever you got to do to harvest your guns and gear to make to bring some funds in. I think that's a reasonable thing.
Yeah, agree. That's what I did, and that's what I would do again. Right? I've replaced most of what I got rid of, but you're 100%
Yeah.
correct. I kind of what was the first time I really took a look and said, okay, what do I need, or what do I have to mobilize this little army that I'm feeding, clothing, and housing, right? And
Yeah.
what can I get rid of to keep them fed and housed? Yeah, and went and kind of just had to prioritize just in my head, but like, all right, what is the least important to me? And
Hmm.
just started selling them off, man. And I got down pretty close to being to the last of it, to where I'd have to start unloading ammunition.
Yeah.
Um, but gear is absolutely the same way, guys and gals. I mean, it is good to have guns. It is good to have stockpiled ammo, but you should have a good plate carrier, a decent plate carrier with good plates, right? A
Hmm.
plate carrier you can wear that fits you, that you've tried on. But even that, it sounds like that's what Johnny Propane had to do. That kind of stuff holds its value as well.
Yep.
Guns hold or can increase in value. Ammo is apparently going to increase in value for the rest of my life, every 2 to 4 years, it feels like.
Yes.
And gear the same way. I did sell a plate carrier with some old AR 500 steel plates in it, because I had already in the years prior purchased, a couple sets of soft armor and some good ceramic plates with carriers. So I was able to do that. Yeah, but that kind of gear you don't really lose money on.
Yep. Yep. It definitely retains its value pretty well. And also actually Murph brings up a good point. So first off, Z, hold on. You can earn up to $1,500 a month selling sperm. Now hold on. Is
Oh,
it
come on.
your sperm or are you selling
Yes,
someone
street
else's sperm?
sperm. Do
Street
I gotta collect? Am I gonna collect it from these other dudes?
No,
In my head, I mean, I'm not picturing it, but I wasn't until you said that where I was like sperm because my wife does plasma, but I had no idea sperm was that value. I don't think that can be true, at least not around here. But and then you said that, and I'm like, oh yeah, right. You just hang out in a dark alley somewhere, right? Is it the same kind of the same as prostitution? Just like dudes just walk past, stumbling out of the bar. You're like, hey man,
you just have a
want to
sperm
make a
cup.
want to make a quick $10, and you just actually they could pay you, so you can make money twice, right? You just
Yep.
a garbage bag full of empty plastic cups, and $20 is $20, and then
And
bing bang boom, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. I'm down at the old sperm bank
bam,
making some
dumping a
deposits.
black
Nice.
contractor bag into a cup
See,
for
I'm
the
in.
you know what you do is you employ the prostitutes to bring dudes to you, right? So that way it's like, maybe a little cumbersome, with the whole cup thing, but
Is this
okay,
going to get
so
us monetized? Stream cut off? Is that too
absolutely not.
far?
No, that's it.
Okay,
Well,
good.
probably,
Right.
but he says $100 a load, and if you can go once a day, maybe you have to go like every other day or something. I don't know, but I wouldn't be able to because I also can't donate blood. So and this is actually in alignment with kind of what we're talking about here, not loads. One of the things that I'm curious now if other people are
Not that we weren't talking about
what?
loads, but what?
Hold on. 30 days times $300 equals 9,000. Well, but you can't give
They
it
ain't
too
going to
much.
give you 3 a day, bro.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but it's not
I
you
could
can't
do it. I'm not saying I can't do it, but they're not gonna.
like,
What
"Sir,
am I
this
gonna do?
is,
Put different hats on and get like some fake IDs, put an old timey disguise on, get my Inspector Gadget trench coat out, and be
with
like, I'm
the
here about
glasses
the
and stuff."
donations.
Oh, shit.
Like
Oh,
people
that's
were doing
great.
with ammo, right? When was that? Was that well, it was during
Oh,
COVID,
yeah.
right? Did you see
Yeah,
those videos? People were going to their
Walmart,
car, putting different clothes on, and walking
bro.
back into
I
like,
did it. I did it personally. So at
did
that
you?
point, when you
Maybe it
could
was you that
still
I saw in the video. I'm like, oh yeah, people were doing it all the time. It was just dark. Dark
I
was
don't
the only
think
one.
I did any videos of it, but I will say that like I had a good setup. So back when Walmart used to at least sell ammunition. I almost said believed in freedom, but they never believed in freedom. This has always been a goal to completely collapse the middle class. Okay, always. Walmart is evil, but it's also very convenient and affordable. Anyway, aside from that, they used to sell ammunition at Walmart, and one day we'll have conversations with our kids like, "They used to sell bullets at Walmart. You used to be able to build guns in your home." We'll be there. And it was restricted to 2 and 3 boxes per person depending on the stage we're talking about. So what I would do is I would sometimes the shift would change and it would be a different person. But, usually what I would do is when I was going out and I was working, I would have, like, jeans on and then a dress shirt and then a suit jacket over it, right? So I would actually have, like I would look like I'm in business attire. I'd go in, I'd get 3 boxes. I would always try to ask them like, "Hey, come on, can I get 3 more? Can I, buy it twice? This one's for my nanny," you know? And then, I would buy something, go out to my car, and literally take off the suit jacket, take off the shirt, and then the dress shirt, switch over to a t-shirt, and then put a hat on and walk in there and just buy ammo. A couple times they caught me, but he was like, "Dude, weren't you just in here like in a nice way saying I am 100% certain I just sold ammo to you, bro? Like, you have the same tattoo tier, that you had before." But yeah, It was good. It was good. It wasn't like 3 dogs stacked on top of each other with a trench coat and a hat, but not that good, but it was good. It was effective.
All right, I can't let this comment slide. I know I'm going to forget what we were just talking about, but since we're in the vein here, CNT designs and arms. Don't forget medical. If you can make holes, you need to learn how to plug holes. And I'm going to say,
For sure.
I didn't bring that up as something I'd get rid of. It's absolutely something you don't get rid of, right? Number one, that's like way, way, way down the line, dude. Everything else has kind of got to be gone before I don't have the ability to, to patch me and
Yeah.
mine up if I need to save their lives. And two, I don't think secondhand medical equipment, even if it's sealed, is going to hold its value as well as those other things. So I think it's going to be more frustrating to get rid of. So one, I don't think you're going to find the market for it really,
Mhm.
and a lot of even what think they are well prepared Americans don't have any medical. But
Yeah.
you don't get rid of that, and it is absolutely a necessity to have. Right? I should be embarrassed. I think I have one car, one of my daughter's cars, that doesn't have like the full, what I consider like a basic kit, like a chest seal, stop the bleed, right? Hemostatic gauze, all that kind of basic stuff, some kind of
Dang.
splint. They all have tourniquets, right, and basic first aid, but I'm overdue to get one more like real kit.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's,
have medical and don't get rid of it. Medical is right next to your food. That's
yeah.
keeping you alive. I consider that to be keeping you alive. I just
Yeah.
keep them in the same category.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Right.
And I think it's important that and remind me, but I'm let me look and do an inventory for you. I got you. See if I can help you out. Actually, if I don't know if you remember, but back in late March, early April, I hit you guys up and I was like, "Hey, I'm doing a giveaway." I don't remember if I talked to you or Jordan, but I was like, "Hey, I'm doing a giveaway and I'd like to offer a Gideon Optic or two." And Gideon Optics said, "Yeah, we're in for two." So I still haven't done that giveaway this
Oh,
Saturday.
thanks for bringing this up because I meant to
Mm.
ask earlier whether we were already in.
Dude, this is perfect timing
Good.
because this Saturday, yes, Gideon Optics, of course, is still in it. There's gonna be 2, I think you said 200 and something dollar credits, or, like, how does
Yeah.
that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the way we want to do it? Yeah, I like not having to ship people stuff, man. So I'd rather just give two
Oh, yeah.
people $230. Yeah.
That's perfect. Beautiful. And it gives them the ability to, if they want to use that credit towards an LPVO, or if they want to use it for one of the dots or what, I think that's perfect. I appreciate that. And honestly, I'm grateful that you guys are willing to help. And Goonbeam, let's talk too. I was yeah, let's talk too. I think I actually have one or two things here that we can include as well. But what I'm doing is we did a contest. It's been going on for like 2 months because several things have happened. Got pushed back. Then I got a strike on my channel, and I got all this stuff going on. Got a puppy, got a daughter. Those things keep me preoccupied. But what I'm doing is Gutter Cheese sent me a picture one day. Okay, and it was a picture of the the lazy roofer pillow. Are you familiar with the lazy roofer?
I don't know that I
No,
am. Wait. Yes, I am.
the ATF guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
that's my my merch. Almost all of my merch has a dead ATF agent on it. Sorry, mom. But what it's so bad. I know, and it's so funny because like I just like 8 months ago, like, you know, totally changed, like, recommitted my life to Jesus, and but it doesn't mean I can't have a dead ATF agent on my merch. Okay, that's
Correct.
that's
That's not religious or
yeah,
sacrilegious. That has nothing to do with that's,
exactly. Yeah,
if
can't.
anything, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No
Something
contest
about
should go more than a week. Rich, shut up. You know how many entries I got, dude? Come on. But thank you, by the way, Rich, for your super chat of you insulting my contest. But thank you. So what it is people. So when Gutter Cheese sent me that picture, he sent me the picture of the Lazy Roofer pillow. It's like a little throw pillow. It's adorable and beautiful, um, with an MP5 next to it. Uh, I'm sorry, a 3D printed KP5 next to it, and it was
yeah.
like bam, like, fuck yeah. And I was like, man, you just gave me an idea. What if we did a contest where people sent in like the dopest pictures with like you take your DLD merch or a patch, stickers, hoodies, like pillows, whatever, right? I actually have a Lazy Roofer phone case for iPhones too. It's awesome. And then you take a picture of like, whatever guns you're building or builds, excuse me, builds, guns, gear, something dope, right? Do a picture outside, dump some Skittles on it, sunrise in the background, something cool. And we started doing that, and a bunch of people started submitting stuff. And I was like, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, I'm going to let people vote on which ones are the top 5. Once I have the top 5, my nose is whistling. Once I have the top 5, then I'm going to do a poll. No homo. I'm going to do a poll on YouTube and have people literally vote in whichever order they're in from top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to get the, top, top number 1 prize, number 2 prize, 3 prize. So I have 2 Gideon Optics. I have a couple of Goonbeam flashlights I can likely throw in too, but I also have some knives from Tack Knives. I have medical gear from North American Tactic North American Rescue. Jiminy Crickets. I have some other gun stuff. I have like Strike Industries EMP that I got from Marconi Armory, just trying to support him and his channel, his business. And I have gear like for your gun belt, pistol belt, plate carrier stuff. I got I got the burn stuff, like the NAR burn stuff. If you're like, if you have an out of battery detonation, your gun blows up, burns your arm all up, you can literally just swoop, put it over your shit, and keep, you of course then take your enemy's gun and then go back to work, right? But a whole bunch of stuff. It's literally like it's about $1,000 worth of stuff that we're giving away. So I'm
Wow.
super pumped about that.
It's really cool.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of really cool,
Dang. Yo, okay, hold on. So nearly back to back. Drew, brother, thank you for the super chat, my guy. He says Dark can do whatever he wants. Appreciate you, Drew. Thank you. You are the lifetime channel member. Thank you. And Murphy's Law, bro. What? Murphy's Law just gifted 5 DLD channel memberships to random strangers. Now get this. So Scott D. Magnificent was gifted a membership. Beautiful. Steve Whoop was gifted a membership. Integrity Firearms was gifted a membership. Moose 47 was gifted a membership, and DJ Play Nice was gifted a membership. Bro, my guy, Murphy's Law, thank you. I salute you. We salute you. Everyone, show him some love in chat. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
thanks a lot, Murph. Holy guys, and that's something else. Let's do some. What do they call it on that show I watch? Uplifting Gold. Remember that no matter how bad it gets, right? How bad you think things are, there is, for most of us, there's someone less fortunate, man. There's someone having a tougher time. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Those of us that maybe think we have some bad days sometimes, man, or have been way down in the past, you might understand. But
Yeah.
Murph's kind of going through it, man. Murphy's Law, and here he is, just still passing out love, because he understands it. He gets it, and you know
Dude.
what? Thinking that kind of helps you get through it as well. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
It brings you joy. It brings
Like,
you
man,
joy.
it's the worst day of my life, man. Whatever happened, somebody passed away, a bunch of your stuff got stolen, the house burnt down. Is everybody alive? On the worst day of your life, there's someone on this planet doing worse.
Yeah.
And it can, it typically goes up from there. But
Yeah. And that's something that we always say. I close every stream, and when I do that, I do my little thing at the end. I always say, live a life of care, compassion, contribution. Bless others. When you bless others, you become blessed. The hand that's open to give is open to receive. Guys, I totally wholeheartedly believe that. Right? And it's not in like the cheesy idea of like karma. Right? A lot of people say karma. And I'm not saying karma itself is cheesy. I'm saying that you will get what you give. And when you have a perspective of gratitude, right? Like house burned down, like John Rice, his mindset was, I made it out of there alive, and I was able to get my dog. Like, he was grateful, right? If you come from a place of gratitude, you will always be, But and what you're talking about is something that I wanted to bring up. And thank you again, Murphy's Law. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Um, so you had said when you were going through selling stuff, you got to kind of like the bottom of the barrel, like to a point where you were probably gonna have to start selling ammo. Um, I had been there. I told people, I mentioned this dozens and dozens of times, that I had substance abuse issues. I was we'll call it an opiate addict for a very long time. I got clean November 5th, 2010. Been clean for over 13 years. And I was an
Amen.
intravenous, thank you. I was an intravenous user of drugs. I was a heroin addict. And I sold everything, every literal single thing that I owned, even my collection of things. I'll say that. And also, I had one gun that I had, and I ended up pawning it, but I pawned it to a buddy because I had nothing else. I sold everything else. I had an 870 that was like, I made it to be an exact like replica, I guess you want to call it, of that the end of Terminator 2, when Sarah Connor has a shotgun, she's racking it in the air and shooting the T-1000 or whatever. I basically remade that with law enforcement only stock, the retro stock and all that stuff. Sold that, had a Wasserton, sold that, an SK, a whole bunch of stuff. Sold everything for drugs. And everything, all my knives, literally got down to my last handgun, my last Glock 19 that my father got me. And I ended up selling it for drugs, but I pawned it to a buddy. And I told him, like, I will come back for it. Like, do not sell it. Now, this is the, I don't know how much info I want to give. When I mentioned that when I was younger, somebody gotten shot and killed, this was his brother. Okay, his brother was shot and killed with a Glock 19, and this was the first time he had ever touched or handled a Glock 19 after that incident. And he was like, "Yo, for you, I will do it. I'll take it to help you. I will take it, put it in the safe, and not touch it because I was concerned that he may sell it." Um, and he took it, he hung on to it for me, got my shit together. I got clean. I, got back on my feet, and I bought it back from him, and I still have it to this day in my safe right over there. So
Amen.
all the stuff, all the insignificant worldly bullshit that we usually worry about, man, taking care of your family, taking care of the most important things that are right there in front of you, they're always, always going to be way more valuable than any one thing that we have, any one collection that we have, right? Like, even if I had to sell all my kit, all my guns, most of my guns, never all, most of my guns, most of my ammo, maybe a couple of my ammo depots, whatever. Like, if I had to sell most of my stuff, if it was to be able to provide for my family or provide experiences for my family and spend time with my family and take care of my daughter, and I'll do that 10 times over all day. The last person I'm gonna choose is myself in that situation.
Hey,
And
shout out to Hayseed 63. He said, congratulations. His boy got 9 months.
nice, dude.
Great work, man. Somebody said, keep going. Good work.
That's awesome, man. Dude, it's man, it's the most difficult thing you could go through. And shout out to anyone that knows anyone struggling with that kind of thing. Almost everyone does nowadays. Of course,
Yeah.
the people that are in control right now are saying that the number one leading cause of death in children is our AR-15s, while 100 people a day are dying from fentanyl, while 461 people died last year from all rifles, not just AR-15. So, what's the real problem? They don't want to stop the fentanyl. You know how much money they're making off of the war on drugs? Come on.
Well, hopefully, man, I hate to even. I know we're all in some way dependent on the system, and it's still running our world for right now. But I'm really hoping we're about to turn the corner and we can stop even hearing things like that. It infuriates me, and maybe I'm just kind of old and beat down. But when I hear things like that, when I see that parroted in articles or see someone say it,
Yeah,
that firearms are the number one killer of kids, I'm like, no, it's
dude.
not. I don't know where you are, man, and maybe you do. And I hate to be. I feel like that's even turned into what a cliche to be like, well, maybe if you're standing in the middle of downtown Chicago, or that's you're only doing your polling in places like this, right? We know other things are driving that violence, but that's what's happened, from one end of this state to the other. You know what I mean? I've got friends, we know people the whole way across it, and it's lives being destroyed by drugs. It's just they just busted someone else in my town. I forget how many 100 stamp bags of heroin that all were laced with fentanyl.
Mm.
There's just a dude at a local motel that apparently was selling them out of there. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
We've had people die in this community, but and they keep telling me that my guns are the problem, and they're killing every kid killing more children in the country than those drugs are. And I think we're being lied to, and nobody's holding them accountable for their lies. Sorry.
Absolutely. No, dude, no, you're 100% spot on. And the reality is that and I take this how you will, guys. Well, really take this how you will, YouTube. The people are the line of accountability for politicians, right? So it's a question of what are the people willing to take, and when will the people stand up and say no, we refuse? And I'm not saying you know, to fight as in like fight. I'm saying, when will we stand up and fight for what we believe in? I keep saying, like, I keep seeing all these people like uh turning to God and talking about God on their, channels, and people I never would have imagined talking about God doing it, and all, all these things. Like, it's just, and I was like kind of reflecting on it, and I was like, man, maybe it's because the last few years have just been like remarkably challenging, right? That people are clinging on to God, and then it clicked, and I realized, like, man, this isn't just like, well, the pandemic was tough, so people are reaching, out for something they believe. Dude, I think that God is literally working, like his hands are working us, and he is calling on his soldiers, the warriors of God, to mobilize them, because we may be getting to a place where things could potentially get very difficult. And I think that's also up to us, on how much we're willing to take for things one way or another. There, maybe I should stop talking about that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, things were a lot better before we drove God out of everything.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, we could go all the way down that rabbit hole, man. I mean, I've had, I guess, talks with myself in my head where I decided that the iPhone was the golden calf,
bro.
right? Not just the
Man,
iPhone, but the technology that and you could take it a million different ways. But there's days where I'm like, that's what happened.
yeah,
We replace God with TikTok and every other social media, and that's what we look down and stare at all day, or what most
all
of our
day.
society does. Um, and not a thought, not a thought, not a prayer, not a page is turned in a hymnal or a scripture.
And
I mean,
the
it might
thing
not
is,
be, but
yeah.
uh,
No, you bring up an excellent point, and I think looking back, and Rich and I have had this conversation. Those people that started worshiping the golden calf, they had literally just witnessed miracles firsthand. I mean, they saw the effing Red Sea opened up for them right in front of them. They are released from captivity. Okay? They are freaking sorry, I'm working on it. I was gonna say they're fucking freed, right? They have been liberated, and they are like constantly seeing these miracles happen in front of them. They get to the other side, and they're like, no one to follow. What do I do? Ooh, right? Like it's just, we're so simple and animalistic, right? Like
yeah.
now we're seeing a generation where the parents are so sucked into these things, to their phone, which, it could be the golden calf, right? The parents are so
It
sucked
might
into.
not be. No, you don't have to go all the way down my little schizo rabbit
I
hole
mean,
there.
it
I don't
kind
know
of
why I
is
even
though.
brought that up, but
It kind of is. But I mean, there's
we
it's
could
like,
make some more time for prayer when we made a little more time for prayer. I'm not saying that all the
yeah,
phone's gonna
yeah.
go away, but
No,
one
no,
way or
no. I
another,
don't.
we gotta.
It's all about like how far away we get from, um our connection with the creator and our connection with creation, right? So when we're allowing something like that to kind of pull us away, these parents are getting sucked into their addiction to the phone, social media, whatever, that their children are being raised by social media as a result of it. And then we're ending up with a whole other cycle here. James Kawasaki, thank you for the super chat. He says, no matter where you are or what you've done, it's a page in your book, but isn't the end. We have a savior that forgives. Cry out to Jesus, stay armed. Beautiful, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, James.
Dang, Techno Man, I haven't seen you in forever, doggy. Hope you're doing well. Only thing more dangerous than drugs is glowing alphabet soup agencies. Cough, cough, ATF, cough. Yeah, facts. I
Yeah,
saw.
because you usually have to seek the drugs and pay for them, and
True.
some people with certain letters across their chest would just show up at your house and shoot you where you sleep.
Yep.
Anyway, good
Especially now that I
times.
have a dog, I'm like, man, I have a dog. Like the people at the ATF were probably high-fiving a few days ago when I got this dog. They're like, yes.
Yeah, we still have the third dog, the second rescue that my daughter found in a box. Yeah, I can't believe, right? I've got to be on enough lists. Like, I guess it's because we're finding all these dogs. I have all
Mm,
undocumented, unserialized, untraceable dogs.
dogs. Yep,
If I
that's
was
what it is.
buying them if I was buying them like regular folk at the pet store from the puppy mill or
Doing
something.
paperwork. Yep. Yep.
Nope. I got all 80% dogs.
You bet. 80% dogs. Oh man, you built them yourself.
I built them.
Built these
They are all
dogs.
great, man, and I'll kill anybody that tries to touch them or take them.
There
Anyway,
you go. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, not,
I said that. I know there's agents watching this, man. I'm not kidding.
Oh,
Take
100%.
the car or whatever else you want, but
Dude,
dogs are gonna let me know you're here, and then you ain't gonna be here until I
so
ain't here. Anyway,
facts. Funny thing, I was sharing a story. I mean, the thing isn't funny, but there's a funny thing with it. So, a lot of people are like, "Oh, Dark, you think your little podcast matters to the feds?" So, hold on for a second. I was watching this YouTube channel, right, or this YouTube video, and it was a story about, unfortunately, there were 9 foster kids living under one roof, one house, of a father who for some reason only fostered young boys. Okay. He was assaulting them terribly. And that's a terrible aspect of this. I don't unfortunately want that to be the highlight, but he has been caught, he has been arrested, he's going to get the wood chipper treatment in prison, I'm sure, and he's going to get everything he deserves, Lord willing. But this 17-year-old that was the oldest of the 9 kids, that was one of the foster kids, called in to a podcast, and he was talking to a host of a podcast, and never revealed his name, never revealed any info. He was very, very careful about anything. He only said the state that he lived in, right? Uh, what happened was very interesting. This was a channel with like 536 subscribers. This was a channel with, I think, like 40 people watching it. I mean, under 40 people watching it. Okay. It was a single woman that has a channel doing makeup, makeup, and what was the other, hair, makeup, and like single woman stuff. That's what her whole thing says, right?
right.
Well, when this kid called in to explain what was happening to him in his life, law enforcement was listening to hair and makeup channel with
500
less
some
than,
hair and makeup channel. Yeah. They're
yeah,
spending
like,
more time and resources watching us than you think.
oh yeah, big time. That's why I always go with the 10% rule. So 57 people in here right now, 5.7 feds watching. That's just kind of my, rule of
Nice.
thumb.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
dude,
it's fine.
don't raid me. Um, and guys, remember, like, I wouldn't, don't go too crazy with this. Okay, it's not like federal agents like burn women and children alive and shoot animals and humans in the head. They don't do like warrantless no knock. Uh, yeah, nothing like that. Don't worry about that, guys. Don't worry about that. That may be the number one leading cause of death in children under the age of 18 is no knock
What?
warrants. For
It's
real.
getting there the way they're heading.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't believe it. Never mind. We're not gonna.
Tech Money, what's up, man?
Tech money. Salute. Good to see
He's the
you, brother.
man. He is the man. Tech Money, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I have a new thing. From now on, it's bowling ball Americans, not hockey playing Americans. So hopefully that helps you. So anyway, getting back to it. So Gideon's doing great. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm
Yeah,
so
we're
proud
doing
of you.
fantastic, man. We'll be at NRAM again in a
Inran,
couple
that's right.
weeks.
And is that
Yeah.
Tejas?
It's
Is it
in
in
Texas. Yeah, it is in Tejas. I'm sad I'm gonna miss that one. I promised my wife's favorite band is coming to town.
what
This
band?
was what? It's like the end of last summer or fall is when she heard about tickets, and we wrote it on the calendar, and I committed to taking her, and did not cross check when NRAM 2024 was going to be.
That's
Greta
reasonable.
Van Fleet, she is a huge fan. She
I
saw them the
don't
last couple of times they were here as well with someone else, but it came out. She's like, you have to take, and we don't get to go out on many dates and things like that. And actually, we're going to take our oldest daughter, who's graduating high school, with us. And what is interesting about that is that we took her to her first concert. I want to say it was 6 years ago. She was like 12 years old. My wife,
dang.
and it was one of the only times we had another baby. We had two babies at the time, a 2-year-old. Now we had two other children at the time, right? So she was 12, 10. The other one would have been 8. So one of the first times we got out of the house with just her.
Dang.
Took her to. Have I told you this story before?
No.
Thought I was going to Fall Out Boy, which is like teen appropriate, right? She was 12
Yeah.
going on 13, seemed fine. I haven't told you this before.
No.
And I did not look at my ticket. They were paper tickets. It was long enough. They still, you still got paper tickets when you were going to a concert. I did not look at the tickets until we got there. And it sounded like there was hip hop being played inside the stadium, right? And we're out in the parking garage, and I look down and see a dude walking around by a tour bus, and find out that Machine Gun Kelly is opening for Fall Out Boy, and that was
What?
MGK, like 50 yards below me in a parking garage. Obviously, I couldn't just bust down in there. It's like chained off or whatever. It's where the it's like the back bottom entrance to the arena.
Yeah.
Is where he's at. I was like, and I had no idea who Machine Gun Kelly was. So I looked him up. I was like, wait, who is this? Maybe we should skip this because it sounds kind of hip hoppy in there. And I know, there's usually the language is usually a little stronger in hip hop versus like some pop rock like Fall Out Boy. And I looked him up. I was like, I didn't even want to go in. I was like, we can't take our. And she said, Dad, it's fine. I've heard Eminem. And I was like, you what now?
Dang.
All right, let's go. And it was a great time. But anyway, this is kind of the whatever 5-year, 6-year anniversary.
That's what's
taking
up.
her first concert. We're all the 3 of us are gonna go to.
So was the MGK segment, the opening, was it pretty foul, or was it okay? Or
Oh no, it was exactly what it was
what you
exactly that. And I mean, that was like his whatever first or second album or something. Yeah, it was exactly. I mean, it was better. I like that he even then was mixing the rock and the rap a little bit. So like I got into it, but it was just as all of the language and more, obviously, because it was a live show. So he's,
that's true.
yelling other creative language words. Not that I have a problem with people swearing, but
Yeah.
it's just I suddenly found myself. Maybe I made a bad decision as a father. I'm not sure. But I
We
mean,
all do. I don't think in that case you did, I think actually, in my opinion, um, you're doing your kids a favor exposing them to things in the presence of you.
oh,
You
go
know what I
ahead.
mean?
Go where
Uh,
you're going. I
so
like what
so
you just did. Made me feel better about myself. Thanks. That's why I come here.
well, I
That's why
and
we all come here is to feel better about ourselves.
yeah,
Thank you.
right. Just
Thank
use me
you,
as
the
a
darkest
barometer.
Mavis, for doing that for the rest of us. Oh yeah, I'm about to feel good
Oh
about
man,
myself, aren't
look
I? Yeah,
how
go ahead.
terrible Dark is doing. I feel so much better about myself.
No,
Right.
I get where you're going, right? Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happens in this world. That's why children pull grab their parents' loaded gun out of their purse and shoot them. That's happened in the
Yeah.
last year. I remember seeing a headline. A lady got shot
Yeah.
in her car by her own loaded gun from her whatever year old child.
Dude,
Yeah, expose them. This is the danger. This is what it can do
yeah.
to you. This is how it should
Mhm.
be handled. This is the way, this is the way it should be treated anytime you're around it. You're right.
Mhm.
You're right. I should view
Yep.
it the same way.
And doing it in a way that's like not for what verboten, or like not forbidding them from even seeing
Yeah.
it, touching it, handling it. Like, you're curing that curiosity in some cases. Like, where when I was growing up, my dad was like, I have a gun, it's in that room, don't touch it, don't look at it, don't this, don't that, don't that. Never touch, literally my entire life, right? He never let me touch it. So what did I do as a kid? Dad, sorry if you're watching, went in there, took down the box, took that shit out. I was like, "Whoa, I'm a cowboy!" And just start running the lever like crazy, And what did I do? I started looking around for bullets because I'm like, where do they, And it was stupid. It's a terrible, terrible thing, and I did it way more times than that too when I was a kid. But and they did a great job with what they did. I mean, we had a house full of kids, bro. But I personally believe that if you, in a controlled environment, are exposing your kids to certain things that they are going to see and or be around, that it's much much healthier for them to do it in a controlled environment with you. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not with that bullshit of like, well, if they're going to drink anyway, they may as well drink at my home, and I may as well be the cool parent and invite all your friends. No, fuck that. That's crossing the boundaries, right? Or F that, skip that, whatever, something else. Um, you're crossing into the boundaries of, like, trying to be friends with your kids. Like, that's not. You need to keep, you still need to be fatherly, need to be motherly, but still need to be reasonable about, the expectations of what your kids are going to run into in the world. Keeping them in a controlled environment with you, in my opinion, in some cases, is healthier. I think I just said the same thing like 3 times, but I hope
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
probably. Now, I know what you're getting at, man. There's a difference, and maybe too many parents worry about being friends with their kids too, man. And that what and I'm not saying nobody should abuse children, right? But children
Mhm.
should, not necessarily the government, right? And maybe that's part of. I've said this before, like whether you're religious or not, raising children, you can see what believing in Jesus and the stories in the Bible, how that can help instill in them that there are consequences for things, right?
Yep.
And
Mhm.
how to respect proper authorities. Like that's what when I tell them not to touch the stove, I need them to know not to touch the stove, not to go ahead and
Yeah.
slap it. That's kind of the
Yep.
basic thing, the basic part of what you're talking about.
Yep.
Not to, not that they never know what it is, need to explain to them what it is and what it can do for them. And that's so much easier when
Yep.
you're a parent, right? When there's consequences for actions. And that's, I guess we could go till tomorrow morning talking about what's wrong with the world, but there's
Oh, yeah.
no one's taught consequences where there's a whole generation coming through the pipe that has been not taught consequences for actions.
Well,
Uh,
imagine if, as a parent, if you were to just, like, crack open your kid's door one day and say, "I do not want you listening to hip hop. I do not want you listening to Machine Gun Kelly. That stuff is terrible. It'll, rot your teeth out," and then slam the door, right? Like, you don't have any control of the situation, and the likelihood of them going and doing it now on their own and hiding it from you is way more likely. So, doing something to where you can actually, like, my dad, even though, like, with firearms and certain things, um he didn't like involve us with that kind of stuff. And if my brother's watching, Let me know if you also went and searched and found Dad's gun too, because that'd be hilarious. But anyway, the interesting thing is that with hip hop, with music, my dad actually, they were very Christian growing up, very conservative in the traditional sense of like language and being appropriate and being just like whatever. It was probably more like for like more reasonable for like our age roughly growing up. But out of nowhere, I actually, no, not out of nowhere. I came home with my first urban CD. It was the Usher album, My Way. Okay. Oh man. And I came home and I was listening to like 93.9 WKYS and 95.5 with Russ Parr and Olivia Fox. Shout out to them. Gotta love them. It's local DC, Maryland, Virginia stuff. And
Nice.
the the face that my dad made was like, "Are you serious? Like that is junk. Like I'll get you some stuff." And I was like, "You'll get me some stuff. Like hip hop, yeah, okay." And like a week or so later, he knocks on my door, comes into my room, and I am like probably 12 at this point, maybe even younger. Okay. My dad gives me Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. He gives me DMX, It's Dark and Hell is Hot. He gives me the Method Man 2000 to Cal album, and he gives me what was it? I think there was something else. Damn, I can't remember at least those, right? And he sat me down and he was like, "Now I want you to know that if you're going to listen to hip hop, you need to listen to things like this. When you hear it, you're going to hear a lot of terrible things. You're going to hear things like, if there's kids out here, y'all, if there's kids listening, I'm going to say some bad words, okay? But it's it's for the story's sake. So, last warning: if you got kids, put their ears somewhere else. Yeah, straight classics, Tech Money. He was like, "You're gonna hear things like bitch, suck my dick,' and you're gonna hear things like fuck you, motherfucker,' and things like that." And I was like, inside, I was dying. Never heard my dad say a curse word before that point, right? But he actually brought. Oh, maybe it was Nas Illmatic. No, I think I got Nas on my own. But it was straight classics. I mean, he totally man. And as a kid, when you turn on that skit on Wu-Tang 36 Chambers and it's like I'll fucking lay your fucking nuts on the dresser, just your fucking nuts, bang them shits with a spiked fucking bat. Dude, I was like, what? A rusty screwdriver? What? And I'll sew your asshole clothes and keep feeding you and feeding you. Dude, I was like, as a kid, like,
Yeah, that had to have
yeah,
blown your mind.
bro, it was insane. And but it was different though, because it was like I took what he said though, and I understood what he said, and I wasn't like, taking an album or going to like steal an album and then listening to it like sneakily, and I was just allowed to listen to it, and it's different, man. It changed the relationship between him and I, and it changed the dynamic, and it was good, and it was healthy, so it was good. But yeah, that's what I mean by that with the whole like, thing that you were mentioning with the concert. And man, I took this pretty far left. My apologies.
No, that's all right. We did okay. I think I seen Mrs. CRS in here a minute ago. I was
Yeah,
trying
actually,
to. I try not to get. I do a bad job getting distracted by the comments, man. But I start trying to.
no, it's great. You do great. You do better than I should. You should do your own live show, bro.
You're absolutely right, dude. You know what I never did? I never went, and there was
Sugar.
only 3 guns in my house.
Mm-hmm.
I never went and grabbed any of them without my father being present and us either, going to shoot cans or going out in the woods. Never occurred to me. The shotgun was leaning right by the back door that we went out. In the summertime, I went in and out that door 50 times a day. Never occurred to me to touch it because I can't even remember how young I was, but I can still remember the Bolt 22 that I got around the corner. I can still remember shooting cans off of a pallet leaned up against a tree out on the back half of my parents' property. When I I don't know how. I wasn't old enough to ride a 20-inch bike. I wasn't BMXing just yet. I know I was that
Yeah.
young, but I can't remember how little I was. But that's all it took. I knew that was there. I knew the shotgun was there. I knew the lever action was in my parents' bedroom. I never touched any one of them. I never went looking for bullets because
Yeah.
it was shown and explained to me what the dangers are, and this is what this is used for. And you
Yeah.
only do it when I'm here, and these are the reasons that we're only going to do this together. This is what happens, right? The lethality of it, right? This is final. I
Yeah.
remember being explained to me that you never point this at another living thing, because
Yeah.
that is going to be the end. If you point it there, that will be the end of that living thing.
Yep.
And you know what? I wasn't scared of them. Like I said, I walked inches away from it 50 times a day when I was whatever, 8, 9, 10 years old, probably.
Yep.
And I never touched them. There was no mystery. I didn't have any desire to play with that forbidden thing. Even though I knew that I couldn't touch it, I had no desire to touch it.
I think that
my presence.
Yeah, that conversation is just extremely important. And even with my 7-year-old, I go up to her and I talk to her, and she knows daddy carries a gun, right? And she knows that daddy has guns. And there's been some times where she runs up to hug me and her head's like thwack right in my Glock handle. Actually, her friend clocked her noggin on my, and all the parents saw was, she just bumped into me. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, is she okay? Is she okay?" They're like, "She just bumped into you. She's fine." I'm like, "No, she just took a 19X to her face like that, bro." Like, she pistol whipped herself, and the kid's like, "Ah." So bad. So bad. Sorry. Anyway, so what I do with my daughter is I noticed at a very young age. I mean, like, I think this was before she was 3. I had like 4 polymer 80s set out. I was just, cranking them out. And I had all 4 of them out. They were all drilled and all that. And I was going to start like sanding and assembling and all that. And one of them had an LPK in there, but the rest were just stripped, right? And you know how when you take a Glock frame with an LPK in there, you can take the trigger and pull it forward and balance it on the trigger safety, right?
Yeah.
So this was before she was 3, I'm pretty sure, very young. I have the 4 frames out on the table, one of them with the trigger propped like that. And she reached up and she wanted to touch them. And I was like, "Go ahead." And I grabbed the one with the LPK and I handed it to her. Obviously, it's safe. It's not even a complete gun at that point. And even without her even understanding what that is, she literally grabbed it, wrapped 2 fingers into the trigger guard and was like, and pulled the trigger. And I'm like, "Bro, it's like when a kid, parents think, 'Oh, my kid's so smart because he grabbed the remote and pressed the big red button to turn the TV on.' Like, it's the big red button. Of course they're gonna push it. Just like the trigger is like it just looks like something that should be pulled." So that's when I kind of realized, like, okay, this has to be, and I knew the conversation had to occur either way, right? But I was like, there needs to be more of a conversation. So what I did is I sat down with my wife at the time, and I sat down, later on as my daughter got older. I was like, "Look, what I'm going to say is, daddy carries a gun to make sure that we can protect us, our family, because there are bad people out there. It's never pulled out. It's never discussed. We don't talk about it. We don't share that information with people, like nothing at all. Um, if you ever see a gun, you do not touch it. You keep other people from touching it, all that stuff. And all the normal, the core, actually the stickers that you gave me with the 4 firearm rules, her and I literally were going over those stickers like at that time that you sent them. And anyway, I end all of that with this, and I said, "But if you're ever curious and you want to see mommy or daddy's gun, you come to me, you ask me, I will make it safe for you, and I will let you hold it." And she was like, "Whoa." So later on, she asked to hold a gun. Okay. I explained everything to her about, the rules of safe firearm handling. I explained to her that you need to think of this barrel, that there is a constant laser beam coming out of this barrel, and it will just neutralize anything that you wave it past. Like anything that laser beam comes in contact with, it's going to destroy. So, but it takes the curiosity out of it, when they know that they can touch it at any time.
That's kind of weird what kids will be scared of and what they won't, right?
Dude, I don't know what it is, but this
I
new
remember which one of
generation,
my kids was like scared of dogs, like
yeah,
even tiny fluffy dogs. I mean, when they were very, very little, like, and maybe it's because it was moving, but now that we're talking about it, I find that on at least one child that like
spiders.
seemed scared of dogs when they were very little, like the first time a dog came up to them. I guess it's the same height as them, but
Yeah,
like you're saying, not scared to grab anything else, right?
dude, and
Hot
kids
food on
aren't
the
scared.
table, a gun, a knife, anything else you just
Yep,
grab it and start. Yeah,
yep.
it's weird.
Hot skillet, hot, yeah. An exhaust pipe of a motorcycle, like they don't know. And dude, this day and age, kids aren't scared of the business end of a gun. I've literally seen it to where I was basically attacked by these young kids at a vape shop, and it was kind of hilarious because of the way I don't ever go out looking for fights. And I know we're coming up on 2 hours here. I'll let you go. I don't want to
Oh
keep
shit,
you
yeah.
too
How
long.
did I
Yeah.
not pee yet? I've been holding off on the water. You kept me talking. You're a good host.
If you thank you.
Don't let them touch the water, or they're gonna need to leave.
Right, if you need to hop off real quick, feel free to.
Nah,
I
I'm
can
right. Go ahead.
keep them tied up. So long story short is I was in a situation where I was involved in a fist fight with these two kids that were young. They were probably like 18 to 20 age, and they were not only like asking for it, like they were literally asking for it, and then they approached me, and I was like, all right, well, let's get busy, bro. Come on. So they also didn't know that I was armed because, of course, I'm armed. I'm always armed. And I had just walked out of the vape shop, and the owner of the vape shop had seen the interaction, and he knew that I was the good guy and they were the dirt bags. So when I'm squaring up with these two guys, the owner of the vape shop runs outside with a Glock 19 temple indexed like this, and he's running, and he's like, "Stop! Stop!" Draws down on these dudes, loaded round in the chamber, finger on the trigger, pointing at them. And you know what that kid did? He's like, "What, bro? You gonna shoot me?" Pulls out his cell phone and starts recording. He's like, "I can dare you, bro. Shoot me, bro. Shoot me. Come on. Come on. I'm recording you right now. We're here at so and so vape shop." And so I'm like, yo, when I grew up, if someone said gun, all of us scattered. Like, pew, all you couldn't clear a party out faster than saying gun. Like that was it. Nowadays, they're like, "Pff, gay, recording. I got you on record." Like that's their secret weapon. It's insane. I would also love to tell the fight story one day too. But yeah, first off, don't run and go help people, okay? Because you never know what like for real is going on. Secondly, that dude didn't know I was armed, and I get it. He's trying to help me, but help me from what? To not get punched in the face? I don't give a fuck. He just wanted to pull out his gun. That's all it was. And like, what are you're gonna air out a dude for putting his fists up in the air and like taking swings at me? Like, what? You can never, and people disagree with me on this. You can never meet ordinary force with lethal force. It is wrong. It is a vaginal way of thinking. It is it is completely out of proportion. It is you just don't do it. These people are like, if I get punched in the face, I'm just going to draw my gun and bam. Like, no. If you get punched in the face, punch him in the face, or maybe have another tool that could do something other than suck the life out of them. Guys, I don't know. Where do you line up on that kind of line of thinking?
I've lived my life a different way. I don't want to say even ever since I had my carry, man. I probably just got lucky a lot of years. I'll tell you what. I'll start with what a judge told me 20 I guess it's 24 years ago now, said if you're going to pull the gun out, shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I know what he was trying to say, at least I know now. I was 21 years old then and was in some trouble for maybe doing something similar to what that guy did. I mean, not the finger on the trigger, but using it to deter someone from advancing any further. Right. And what he meant was, I hope what he meant was, what I think he meant now was that don't pull it out unless you have to use it. And you have to use it if you are in imminent fear of serious bodily harm or death. That's the only thing that's going to be defensible in court. And I know that's a difficult decision to make in a flash. So I'm going to tell you the other thing. And the most recent, and this was the most recent, probably a couple of years ago, thank goodness. The most recent time that I thought as in had my hand outside the close on the gun, that I thought I might have to use my firearm. I employed the other thing that I learned from along the way, right? I don't remember which instructor, which class, that made a lot of sense to me, and heard it from other people since then as well. Creating space, right? I don't go looking for a fight. If I think somebody else is mad and I've got the ability to create distance, I don't even think about it, right? Or if somebody starts yelling at me, and the last time that I thought I might have to use it, I had a good 20 yards on the guy. Whenever I realized he was screaming that thing at me and my family walking across the street in a restaurant. When I recognized that dude, for whatever reason, was mad, and he might have just been your average crackhead. I have no idea. I didn't hear what he was screaming about, but he was mad and he was coming, not running yet, but full force power walking. He was kind of a big dude too. And I realized I was going to maybe have to hurt him.
Yeah.
Right. I turned around and said, no, thank you. No, I don't want any. And told them to get in the restaurant. I said, you go in there, you send the kids in the back. I don't care who's in there. You stay within an eye shot where you can see me.
Yeah.
And if this dude gets close enough before I get in that building and lock the door, you call 911, because he's going to be down, because he's too big, too mad. And I don't know what he's on.
He had something?
Create space. Do not, it's very easy, especially when I was a younger man, I guess, man, right? I wanted to be a tough guy. I got in all kinds of fights when I was younger, and usually not on. But once you make that decision to carry lethal force, realize that whether you want to talk about how it's going to change your life if you have to take another life, but whether the repercussions of that after, right? All the crap you're going to have to go through. So whatever makes you recognize that, however you have to think about it, to know that it's better to not have to use that than to have to use it.
Yeah.
Right? And some people would say that's a vaginal way of living as well, man. I look at everyone like, is this confrontation worth me possibly having to take your life and everything that comes along with it? Like, you know what? I'll just let you be an asshole and I'll go on with my day. If I can, like, you're a dickhead, but I don't need to tell you about it. I can just go on with my life and not have to potentially end yours.
I don't think
that's my family.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a vaginal way of thinking at all. I think there's
I like how you put that, by the way. Notice I used that right away.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I think, and it's a good way of saying, another word that, but like it's so here's the way I look at it. There's two ends of the spectrum. There's the dude on this side that is like, I got a gun and I'm gonna, the guy that shows it to everyone, the guy that talks about it to everyone, the guy that can't wait to pull it out, that I wish an MF would.
This gun makes me invincible. Yeah.
And it's such a, like, I mean, not even just a noob mistake. I know dudes that have been carrying for a very long time that are, that kind of still have that ego and pride, and they cannot take a chip off of their ego or pride without feeling some kind of way. Most people that carry guns have humbled themselves to where they're like, I could get in any kind of small, tiny altercation that could now end up being a life-altering event or a life-ending event. So I'm going to avoid confrontation in every possible way. Then there's basically there's two spectrums, right? I think landing somewhere in the middle, or maybe even closer to the other side, where it's like nothing is really worth that unless I am in immediate fear of grievous bodily harm or death. And if there's any other possibility for me to exit, or for me to de-escalate, or create space, or get my family, as long as my family is safe, You know, I care much less about myself than I do my family. But at the same time, you know, it's most situations are not worth, you know, that place we go in our head where it's like, I'm gonna have to draw and lay this dude down over, you know, something probably pretty small and insignificant. So I don't think that's bad at all. I think it's wise.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't stand up for yourself either, right? I argue with plenty of people. I'm not saying roll over. I'm not saying don't never get into a fight, right? Just to kind of size up your opponent. And I guess more what I'm saying is you have to learn to think ahead. Be the
Mhm.
smartest person in the fight, I guess.
Yeah.
Get that guy that, you know, if it goes have words, and if it escalates beyond words, decide immediately whether you believe you're physically able to handle what's coming next.
Yeah.
Like I
And
said, that it was dark, and yeah, it was dark. He was huge and sweaty, moving way too fast across a
when
parking lot where there's still cars moving.
they're
I immediately
slippery,
assessed him. I was like, you know, if that guy gets a hold of me, he probably would kill me with his bare hands. And the condition he's in, I don't know that he'd care.
did he
I
have something
immediately
else
decided.
on him? Did he have like a weapon or
I couldn't
something?
see, man. I
Mm.
assume not. He wasn't brandishing a weapon.
Okay, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I
If he
mean,
brandished a weapon, I'd put him down too. Think about it that way as well. Like your man got pretty lucky, I guess, right?
yeah, yeah.
If somebody I don't know came running out of somewhere with a finger on a trigger, waving a gun at me,
Dude, my
that's
first thought,
lethal. That's lethal intent.
if I
Um,
didn't know him,
right.
my first thought, even knowing him, my first thought was guy with a gun. Like it was my first thought to draw. But then I was like, oh, he thinks he's helping me. And because I'm you know, because I'm
Wow.
not
Yeah, but
like him, I'm
yeah.
not running around like, "Oh, look what I'm carrying. Ooh." And by the way, I did not have a 40 cal that day, guys. I had a 5-shot Smith& Wesson J frame, but yes, a 40 cal did save my life in a situation, which by the way, it was a situation that I put myself in. It was a situation that I could have avoided in other ways and didn't. I put myself in a situation with people, you know, drinking and, you know, the stupid party that I went to, and a guy ended up pulling a knife, which I didn't actually have to shoot, but I had to draw and point my gun at somebody, and I came very close to shooting him, and that's when I was like, all right, no more of this. I'm gonna avoid and evade in every way that I can. But I just here's the reason I brought the whole thing up, which I know it's not very popular, but I think in most cases, if it is just ordinary force, a lot of people in the, you know, 2A community, whatever you want to call it, say, well, if someone punches me in the face, um, I'm going to kill him, you know, and I don't
You're gonna
think
go to jail.
yeah, it's not, and I know people say, "Well, you don't match, you know, force with force. If someone, you know, punches you, you escalate the force." And the okay, it's important to understand that you always match a fight with more speed, more violence of action, more strength, more endurance, more when you're in the fight. But pre-fight, you don't escalate into a worse fight, right? You don't say, "Okay, you got this, well, I got this. You got this, well, I got this. You got this." Well, it's de-escalate, escape, and evade in every way that you possibly can until it comes time to flip that switch and that timer goes beep, right? That's when, and that's why we practice. We don't practice drawing and keeping it right here and you know, waiting for the right moment, and then like 5 to 7 minutes later, after flagging everyone in the shooting range, then we place a couple shots on the target. We train like shooter ready, beep, right? Like you draw it when you were going to immediately deploy it
Huge.
and air raid people, bad guys, silhouettes, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. James Kawasaki isn't wrong, man. Keep in mind any formal self-defense training will be used against you in court. You know, I hope I never need it, but yeah, maybe that's I really like a lot of the experience I got from the couple of years there that I was a Pennsylvania State Constable. Don't worry, guys, it's not real law enforcement anyway. Like the training, a lot of what I
Hey,
got from there I really like.
I didn't
Um,
know that. I didn't know that. That's
but
interesting.
nobody told me until after my first year's firearm qualification that like I got like 116 out of 120 points the first year. And the second year I didn't shoot perfect, but yeah, I'm sure he's not watching this. I don't remember what his name is, and that was 7 years ago now. The second year, the dude in the lane beside me shot my target. So I got second or third year, the dude beside me shot my target. I got a 120 of 120.
Dang.
So I now have to recognize. Now I could say it was years ago now, but
Mm-hmm.
if I were to say I accidentally did A, B, or C with a firearm in any situation, I got to believe that documented record somewhere in a government file is be like, well, did you accidentally? Because here, you know what I mean? I'm going to be, if I end up on the defensive end, right? I end up on trial or something.
That's an interesting
that
point.
worries me. Like, I'm not going to be able, it could have been an accident, right? But I've shown that, you know, I've been professionally trained, right? Some guy signed off that I've, you know, understood whatever about a firearm, how to take it apart, how to put it together, how all the parts worked, how the trigger worked. And I've demonstrated this marksmanship. So yeah, at some point in that 6 years, somebody said, you know, that's going to follow you for the rest of your life. So I hope you're in this career for the long haul, because that you've always been shown to have that level of knowledge. It's documented for government use, and that you are that level of marksman. So there's certain things you won't be able to claim, or rather the prosecution would say is, you know, would hold against you, I guess, right? You're not going to say you accidentally did A, B, or C. You didn't understand a gun was loaded, any of that kind of stuff. But anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. And I think he may also be referring to like if you took like a hand-to-hand combat class that also taught some knife tactics. And if you get you know, God forbid, you get in a situation where you have to like deploy a knife in court, they could say this man was, you know, studying for this moment. He, you know, couldn't wait till the day came that he could open up his blade, and he even was on live streams taking out his knife and showing people you know, that's
Hopefully it never happens, but they're not wrong, man.
yeah. No, that's true. And one other thing on the topic is a lot of people say like, well, if you get in a fight and the person finds out that you're armed, you don't want to end up in a situation where you know, you end up in a fight for the gun, or if you fall and hit your head, or if they hit you in the head. People have died from punches in the head, and I get it. I get all of that, but just remember, whatever anyone out there chooses to do, you are free. Mostly in America, you are free in, you know, some ways. You're free to make the decision that you choose to make. Just remember, you have to deal with it for the rest of your life, from a legal perspective, from a moral perspective, from a religious perspective, but like every single aspect, from a financial perspective, every single one of those boxes, like that, all of that shit will, you know, be a factor. And, you know, most people say like, "Oh, bro, like, you know, if I have to drop a dude, no big deal, man, no big deal." Okay. Like, do you even know what that like smells like? You know what like seeing that shit does to you? Like if you see someone get hit, collapse, and bleed out and die in front of you, it may change your perspective. So I'm just saying, we all need to be tough, but we don't need to be tough guys. That's all. That's all.
Yeah,
Be
let's
strong.
lighten up a little bit. Steve Whoop said Bob, the guy was probably a Fed. I think he said that whenever I told him about the dude in class, saying that here's the neat trick, Steve Whoop. Assume everyone is a Fed. You're never disappointed.
Facts.
And you're always on your best game. You're always keeping it tight.
And come out in PLA, he's famous for always saying, "We are all Feds." That's actually where the term glowies came from. It was that. Yeah, literally everyone's a Fed. Yep, everyone's a Fed. And some people are like, everyone's a Fed until proven not. Nope, just everyone's a Fed. That's it.
Yep. There's some really nice Feds, man. There might be, you know, Feds you want to show your firearm collection to. That's fine. That's a risk you can take. But yeah, we're all Feds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just only show some of them to them. You know what I'm saying?
Never show anybody everything.
Yeah. We always have to have a few, you know, where a shovel and Ziploc bags and you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so sorry, I know I've kept you for a long time here. I as we wrap up here, I do want to remind everyone how important it is, like what you do for the community, and not only just you, right? the companies you work for. PATMOS is machining baller ass slides for Glocks, for SIGs, for SIG 320s, for SIG 365s. For the folks out there that saw the 365 that I recently put together, that was with a PATMOS slide and an upper, complete upper from them, and that was with a Gideon Judge. The Judge is the RMSC. Yeah,
Yep,
Judge.
you got it.
Yep, and I've built a bunch of Glocks with Patmos Revelation slides, Judah slides, just cranking them out back in the day because they're extremely affordable. And I remember if you use code Glowies, you even save more. Do the codes still work with JSD?
Only on Gideon and PR Triggers products.
Okay.
But yeah, it will get you free shipping and it'll get you 10% off Gideon Optics and the PR Triggers at JSD Supply.
Nice.
That's not going to work on anything else.
Nice. That's cool though.
Sorry.
That's the PR trigger.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Don't worry, you can't
No,
you can't get nowhere. Free shipping is about the best you can get on everything else at JSD Supply. There's only a handful of people that have the 10% off for Gideon and for PR Triggers at JSD Supply, actually. Like you and 4 other guys I can think of. Because that's how I roll. No girls. All guys.
Of course. Is code PWEDC still active? Or just Glowies?
Go ahead and talk amongst your friends. I'm gonna go look at that right now.
So while he does that, guys, I want to take a moment to honor everything that they've done. JSD, Patmos, Gideon, PR Triggers, and if you guys haven't had the opportunity to take one of these PR Triggers and take it out, holy moly, these things, dude! Me and Flying Rich were able to take out a Glock I put together. It was an OEM frame and a Strike Industries FDE colored light slide with a PR trigger, which is a pull and release trigger, similar to what some people call binary. So it fires on the pull, pew, fires on the release, pew, right? So we took it out and I was running that mofo. And once you get the cadence and the flow to it, you can just spit them out, man. And I wish I have this this thing here. What is it? The Recover Tactical. That Recover Tactical is for a P80. I wish I had one for an OEM frame. Because I currently have the PR trigger in the OEM frame. I'm going to keep it in that setup. But if I get one, a Recover Tactical brace one day for an OEM frame, I'm totally going to run it in there because that is so deserving of a brace. And with a brace, you can keep it more stable, it's more accurate, and do your in a smaller hole on your target. And then use code Glowies because it saves you, some money and stuff.
Yeah, the PWCDC doesn't work anymore anyway. And I don't know how to associate a second code with a channel. So yeah,
no, you're good. You're good.
PWEDC isn't dead. It just don't work anymore. And PWEDC never dies. Why does my camera keep blinking? Or is it the light?
I think
maybe I'm tripping.
I think it went like on and off for a second ago, but look at that. PWEDC. Yeah, classic Smith & Wesson revolver all up in there. But yeah, and then of course Gideon Optics. There's if you guys watch the Tactical Turkeys, they're friends of the channel. They're friends of Gideon Optics. They have put a just hellish amount of abuse on the Alpha, which is currently on a sub gun. I think it's on a shop gun, which because it's under an SOT. I think it's a literal machine gun. That thing has been solid. The Advocate, the Alpha, the Mediator I put on this 10.5-inch build with like the frag out upper and lower, Noveske barrel, mostly BCM, Geisley, Noveske parts. That thing is a beast. The Mediator's awesome. And I actually put a 3x magnifier on the Mediator. But chef's kiss. It's incredible. And is it the Guardian? The LPVO?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Guardian, that thing is
Yeah.
baller too. So just spend some time, guys, with Gideon. Spend some time with Patmos. Spend some time with PR Triggers and JSD, and also, maybe hit them up on social media. Show some love. Give them a little like bomb. Like their follow them, like their last like 10 posts. Show some love, guys. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Thanks, Dark. Thank all of you guys.
Yeah.
You guys, this has been amazing. I
Hell
have
yeah.
no idea. I don't even know how long we were on, man. I just lost. Somebody else just wrote I was supposed to be in bed 45 minutes ago, and I was like, it has been a little while. I think I looked at the clock on the computer a couple of times, but I was just like, nah, it's fine. Like, so my brain just
Mhm.
ignored it, like looked and just kept on going because it's. I love talking to you, dude.
Dude,
I love this. You do this. You deserve way more fame and fortune than you currently have. The way you interact with both the audience and your guests and or co-hosts when you have them on, it's just
Thanks,
incredible.
man. Thank you. I
You
appreciate
should.
that.
You're like the Oprah of our time.
The Oprah.
I don't know.
You
That
get
doesn't
a
make sense.
PR trigger. You get a PR trigger. No,
Incredible.
just a dude, and honestly, I love this. I love talking with all the viewers. I love talking with you and the folks that I have on, and I'm just grateful that I'm here. And I don't think I'll be on certain platforms forever. So I'm just doing my best to enjoy it while we have it.
Well, tell them. Do you drop a link, or does everybody here know where to find you on the? Are you on the Rumble? Is that
I
correct? Is
I
that kind
am.
of the? Was that where we're headed?
I am on the Rumbles, and I don't know if I can't see myself completely going to the Rumbles, but I love it. I have a blast on there. Do shows on there. I don't consistently do a show on there. We're supposed to consistently do a show every Monday at 10 p.m. called Uncensored Podcast with John Crump and Flying Rich, but we don't do that. Then we reschedule it. Then we miss a week. Then we miss 2 weeks. Then we miss this and that. And then all of a sudden we're barely doing it. And then I was supposed to do a show every week with Marine Gun Builder, but then we didn't do that. And it just seems that things just keep not working out for that. But when I am on it, I love it, and it's a blast, and I get to handle firearms, so
Well,
that's
what is the channel that we need to subscribe to on the Rumble? I have Rumble. I just don't go there that much, man. There's only a few places I watch,
yeah,
and most of them were on YouTube as well. And I got lazy
yeah.
like a typical American. I was like, I don't have time to go look on a separate app.
I
Yeah.
know, I know, I'm
Anyway,
the same way, but I've been doing my best to get off of YouTube and go to,
well,
to Rumble, but it's just DLD After Dark. There's a DLD After Dark user account and a DLD After Dark channel, and both of them are like I don't know, maybe a couple hundred subscribers or something like that. It's probably a lot of the same people. I don't know, but
right.
it's not a huge channel like this. I'm only at like 4,600 subscribers, so it's still relatively small. But the amount of people, like the fact that we had like 60 to 80 people in here for most of the show, for a show like a channel of this size is crazy engagement. So I love that you guys come in and engage the way that you do. I'm super grateful for all you guys and for the guests, Bob. Bob, I've always loved you.
Thank you,
You
man.
are an incredible man, and appreciate what you do for the community.
Thank you.
So, yeah,
Thank
man,
you.
for sure.
Thank you. I don't do
My
nothing.
pleasure.
I'm just a humble mechanic. Anyway,
You do lots. You do
let's
lots.
go. Thanks for being here, guys and gals. Slurp Raiders
Hell yeah.
Anonymous.
Hell yeah. Oh
Because you
yeah.
just showed
And
up. Mike McClune, thank you so much for dropping that link. So yeah, some dummies like me that scribbled it on a paper, and it's like 50-50 whether I remember to do it whenever we get off here.
hell yeah. Sorry, I was just reading chat. Yeah, man, dude, I appreciate you. And I will fill you in. So it'll be on Saturday that we'll be doing the giveaway. It'll be to Gideon Optics. And guys, you're gonna get whatever's available. And if you have to wait a little bit to, get what you want. Oh, bro, thank you so much, man. Is that what you said, Mike McClune? He's dropping my
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Like by the
dude.
time I could get done seeing it, splurt, just threw it
Dude,
in there. Just
incredible.
incredible. He's the
Love it.
best.
Love it. Yeah, man. And Kurt 24, Bolo on Kurt 24. Where are you, bro? Where are you? Neutron, Nick, Eric, CNT, Red Dawn. Oh, and by the way, I promised I would do this tomorrow night. Red Dawn Readiness, which you guys got to check out his channel. He's growing like a mofo. He's grown by over 500% since he started his channel, which means he now has 500 subscribers. If
got him. Curd alert. Yeah,
got
curd
him.
alert. I'm gonna slide his DMs if nobody else heard from when I get off here.
Curd alert. Yeah. Yeah, love you too, bud. Love you too. Yeah, so what was I saying? Before the curd alert, it was something else. I was talking about the stuff and the things. Oh, Red Dawn Readiness. So Red Dawn Readiness
right.
is
500% growth. Incredible growth.
Massive growth. You won't believe the girth. It's
I'm
incredible.
putting a buy alert on Red Dawn Readiness right now. You need to buy them because they just up. Anyway.
Yeah, just straight up constant growth, diamond hands. But not only should you subscribe to his channel, but also he is going to be featured on the world-renowned Wired Tight show tomorrow evening. So make sure you go check him out. Wired Tight Live is a channel. Yeah, so he's gonna be on there doing the things, and subscribe to his channel, you know. And honestly, guys, a bunch of our people have channels, and we need to show them some love too. So hey, look at this. CNT Designs, he drops Red Dawn Readiness. See, you guys are incredible, man. All right, let's shut it down. Before we shut it down, I'm just gonna give you a quick commercial break, so I can get some nicotine real quick.
This shit's gonna blow up.
No, it won't blow.
All right, for sure.
And the last one, the Gooch Tickler. Do not get shot in the taint, guys. Dude, seeing the meat flap with that recoil. Oh,
I've not seen that one.
It's
wow.
pretty brutal. Whew, just as brutal
as
that thing. Woo-wee.
Speaking of not getting tangled up, if you don't have to, you never know, man. I don't know where that gun came from, but that in my head, I think about that kind of stuff. Like, all right, I'm gonna, I size up on this guy, and I just decide that I'm not gonna be the one to back down, and we start fighting. And next thing I know, yeah, I'm getting popped in the leg or in the stomach. Like, so for some reason in my nightmares, it's somewhere I can't see. Right, it's not my head or my chest where I notice. I'm wrapped up with a guy, and I just hear a sound and don't feel anything.
Oh.
And then I'm on the ground looking at the last 5 seconds of my life.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Maybe that's not the way to go through life, man. But that's it's all the stuff you think. It's all the stuff I think about every time I think this might be a situation where I need to deploy my weapon. Anyway, you do your outro.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for putting up with me. I know I talk over dark and I talk too much.
Oh, dude, no, we love it. We love it. That's why I bring you here. So remember too, guys, that you could do your long range eye poke as well. Spray them, hose them down, give them a little bit of pepper bath, some spicy sauce. That's all. And remember that it takes like 30 seconds to like for real kick in. If you get them properly, hit them with the raccoon stripe, and they'll be struggle bussing for a little bit. So, but they can still maim you and kill you and stab you, and they'll be for 30 seconds. They'll be running until they rub their eyes and all this stuff. So it's just an option, right? Have options. That's what I'm saying. Have option, and realize
it's to give you time to get the hell out, because if they touch you with their crap all over their face, it's not going to be fun either, man.
Yep, it's getting
hose it and get your distance right, and maybe you'll still need to deploy your firearm, man. But it's a distance distance increaser. It's a pause button. It's the poison mushroom, whatever you do in a video game. If that makes sense.
Yeah, slow them down, hopefully for a little bit, and you may still need to deploy your unit. So, all right, guys, thank you for whoever's mashing the heart button like they got Tourette's. I appreciate you. That is awesome. And for everyone out there, remember, I tell you all the time that look, we are living in tumultuous times. I would encourage all of you guys to take these 2 steps. 1, get right with your family, and 2, get right with God. Okay. And if anyone out there is curious and you don't know what that looks like, I would encourage you to reach out to me. And there's several other people in the community that have extended the invitation too. If you don't know what getting right with God looks like, hit me up. Let's have a conversation. Hit me up on Instagram, email, whatever works for you guys. And before I do my intro, anything else you want to say, Bob? Any little parting words or witty sarcasm?
No, man. What Dark just said, man. Be good to each other. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Do unto others as you would have done unto you.
Bingo. Beautiful. I love it. So guys, as we close out here, make sure we support the companies that support us. That's what it's all about. We are a small part of the industry. The build community is less than 3% of the entire industry. So we got to make sure we support each other. So if you guys are looking to support us all, of our community, go ahead and click in the description. There's a whole bunch of links in there, and those links could give you discounts and deals, and there's codes and stuff like that in there too. Shout out to all these companies that are down with us. Tack Knives, man. Tack Knives are just also show some love to Tack Knives. If you use code DARK, you get 20% off, and they got some great folding blades too now for those of you that can't carry auto knives as well. So as we close out here, guys, I want to remind you that it is important for us as men to be strong men, principled men that are willing to stand up and fight for what we believe in. And I don't mean fight like when the fight about it. Like, I mean, like, strong men that are willing to fight and voice, our opinions for what's right and what's wrong, right? Not abandon the next generation to whatever BS on the internet and teachers and TikToks and all that. Like, we need to take a stand for us, our families, and our next generation. And part of the ways that we do that are having your own sets of rules and your own standards and expectations of yourself. Some of those rules I like to share with you guys at the end of every single show are as follows. Rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So just be kind. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. And then rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. So make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be. And be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. I appreciate all you guys. Bob, as always, you're the man. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.
Devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand, call 911. red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand. Call
Ladies and gentlemen, before we head out here, I just wanted to read something real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay. I turned around to see the voice that was speaking to me, and when I turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands, and among the lampstands was someone like a son of man, dressed in a robe reaching down to his feet, with a golden sash around his chest. The hair on his head was white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were like blazing fire. His feet were like bronze glowing in a furnace, and his voice was like the sound of rushing waters. In his right hand he held 7 stars, and coming out of his mouth was a sharp, double-edged blade. His face was like the sun, shining in all of its brilliance. When I saw him, I fell to his feet as though dead. Then he placed his right hand on me and said, "Do not be afraid. I am the first and the last. I am the living one. I was dead, and now look, I am alive forever and ever. And I hold the keys to death and to Hades." Ooh, yo. I don't know if, man. So I'm reading the Bible right now from Genesis to Revelation. And it's interesting when you look back on everything you learn as a child and everything you learn going to church and all the scripture that you read and everything that you study and like what you kind of get like pictures in your head as you hear these things. And man, going back through and reading that as an adult, it's it hits different, right? um Going back and reading though with people that are far more educated on this than I am, and actually getting the opportunity to hear them say, "Hey, this was written by this person around this time, and during this time, these things were going on, which caused these things to happen, which made this person do this and this," and they know everything, not everything, I'm sorry, they're very, very well versed on scripture. And like 8 months ago I started going to a new church that is I don't think so. A couple things. I don't think that everything has become an industry. I think religion has become an industry. I think church has become an industry. And the church that I started going to, I don't want to say like I belong to it. I'm a member of the church. It is a community, and I am part of that community. But for everyone out there, you don't need certain things to be religious and to worship your Lord. You don't need certain things or certain environments to commit your life to Jesus Christ. But at the same time, sometimes for some people those things help. I don't like the world where we all um get in a like conveyor belt line of the same kind of BS. Just create a relationship with Jesus and build a true relationship with Jesus. And one of my goals after I kind of reevaluated things a few weeks ago was never go a day without God. So I realized that like um, I was ending up in these situations where I was like um, you know really passionate on Sundays or really passionate on Wednesday nights, or and it was like, man, if I am truly committed as I am, as I'm saying that I'm committed, then I would never go a day without God, and I would never go a day without building that relationship. So work on your relationship, y'all. I just wanted to read that, and I encourage any of you guys out there, if you're curious, to read the book, read the book, and then study the book. And every time you go back and every time you read it, uh, the information changes and you change. So you see different things and you see things differently, right? They say a man can never walk in the same river but once, because when he returns, the man is, the river has changed and so is the man, right? So keep going back, keep reevaluating it, keep studying it, and the more information you can get about it, the better. Sorry, I just wanted to come back in and do that, and I don't know, maybe we could do like a DLD Bible study in Discord or something like that. But anyway, we're all flawed humans, we're all sinners, we're all dirtbags, but still love all y'all, and love yourself too. Anyway, I'll chat with y'all later, and y'all be easy. Peace.